Hey, Neil, the Hockey News came out with a cover.
3 minutes and 20
I know. Yeah, all you do is bitch. Listen, eight guys in the NHL.
Mad Dog had it right, man. These sports shows with these 85-minute breaks, you're out of your mind.
Who are you kidding, moneymaker? You run 45 million commercials. You're doing commercials for dead people.
We have 16 minutes an hour on your show. That's one of the reasons we got an audience is because we're on all sports radio. See, we thought it was all sports radio. They left the R out. It's all sports radio on the sports shows. Mad Dog's right.
You're right. Hey, I spent the day yesterday. I spent the day with Mad Dog yesterday at the Touchdown Club with all those moneymakers. That was interesting.
Tell us again about how you spent the day with the Mad Dog at the Touchdown Club. I want to hear about that.
8 guys in the NHL that need to be great this year, and you know who they put on the cover is Eric Lindros. His career's over.
The Leafs won 5-3 last night in Helsinki. How do you like that against Yogurt, whatever the hell, Yogurt?
Here's the players they think need to step up.
The little Finnish girls team.
Byron Defoe.
They're finished.
Jaromir Jagr.
This idiotic article you sent me from Monday, by the way, it's old news about the people washing their hands.
Do you wash your hands after you cable?
I wash my hands whenever I feel like it, okay, depending on what I had them on. But anyway, it says here, Reuters, Toronto International Airport. Even you know it's Pearson International Airport. What a bunch of morons at the Reuters. They probably work at the Sun Sentinel. Do you know that the Sun Sentinel still hasn't discovered that Don Cox died on Monday morning?
Yeah, they haven't discovered it. Do you think that the NHL will go on strike next year?
They still think that. What do you mean do I think they're going on strike? They're going to have a lockout, and maybe for 2 years, they're saying now.
Wow, so 2005 and 2004 and 2005?
Possibility,
no
that's
way.
What they're saying. Benito, man, no more hockey.
Can you believe they sold that Thrasher team in Atlanta with that nice arena? They're penniless.
What do you mean by that?
Well, they sold them. They made no money. And then the women's soccer league went under. Everybody's going under.
Everybody's going out of business.
The Marlins lost 14-0. Yeah. I know you get excited. Have a nice day, Neil.
No, seriously, let me say this to you, okay?
Yeah, if they make the playoffs, we'll see who's laughing.
If you lose 1-0, it's no different from losing 14-0.
My ass, 14-0, you don't sleep well.
It's still only one game in the standings. So
they have 12 games left. Do you think they'll make the playoffs or not?
Yes.
And when they do, should I have a party at Cafe Iguana in Tijuana?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. Have a nice day. And you too, Scott. Get over here. Yeah, baby. Get down with that groovy wah-wah.
I dropped dead on the floor.
You dropped dead on the floor.
I was turning blue.
I died right after you.
I never thought that I would die at the same time that Johnny Cash did too. Shut the ambulance door.
Shut the ambulance door.
There's nothing else you can do.
Johnny and I are through.
Who'd have figured that John Ritter'd pass away with a boy named Sue? I think I may have caught something when I banged Suzanne Summers that day.
I always thought you were a fool.
Well, every show I did blue.
My health was steadily falling from the alcohol and the cocaine.
Oh! I was a star on the tube.
And now we're both in the tube.
10:07 at 560 WQM. That was in very poor taste. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, though.
Tragic.
A lot, immensely. So anyway, we got a short show today because, well, not a ball game or anything, but we got our big Wednesday 1 to 2 hour. And now that we got abbreviated a condensed first segment here because Pharrell can't tell what time it is. Of course, he was talking about some pretty important stuff there in the last segment, wasn't he?
No.
Right. No. No. Who's the biggest nerd of them all, we asked yesterday. We got I think I figured out how to solve Eric's dilemma, by the way, George.
What's that?
Because Eric's acting up again. No, he's got a lot of other stuff to do. I mean, we're small potatoes. He doesn't make any money off our website. It's a labor of love, is what I hear. But on these days when we do like 2 polls, like today when we do the preliminary one and we're building the second one,
Yeah.
even though it'll cut down on the number of votes, we don't have to put the second one on till the end of the show.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? There's no reason why we have to follow.
No, you're right. We have the show poll and the post poll.
So we compile it, and then we put it on there at the end of the show in just one quick fax or email over to Eric, and he slaps it on there, and that's it. So he doesn't have to devote all his precious time, working time, to the Neil Rogers website. Because we want to maintain the great quality we've had on there thanks to your close personal drug-addicted friend. Who's the biggest nerd of them all, we asked yesterday. But there's a long list here. I don't have time to read them all. We'll just do the double-digit ones. 1,153 votes. Bill Gates wins hands down your pantalones, man. People hate Bill Gates, and they can't stand Microsoft and all that crap. They want him to just die a wicked death. Bill Gates, 234. Carrot Top, 117. Woody Allen, 97. George W. Bush, 91. Rick Riley, 47, who's been off the air for how long have they been off? A couple of years now?
That's about right.
I think that's pretty good, 47 votes for being off the air that long, but they remember what a nerd he was. Paul Schaefer, 39. Al Gore, 35. Jew Lieberman, 33.
Oi!
Joe Zagacki, 32. Oh, I forgot to ask Scott how come he sucks Joe Zagacki's ass. Don't let me forget tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
You were supposed to remind me, but we were short on time because
I wrote it down for Ellen Joe Zagacki.
Can you believe how long that break went on?
Yeah, I believe it.
3 minutes after 10?
Why don't you just give him the whole first segment?
Fine with me. Less work, more pay. That's my motto. He can go till 10:30 if he wants.
Sheb Wooley's dead.
It's good enough for Howard Sperm. It's good enough for Pharrell. You can go till 10:30, baby. Just let me get in the spots. Joe Zagacki, 32. Ben Stein and Brian Norcross each had 31. Adam Sandler, 29. Screech had 29. Geldy had 29. He was a late addition. Nice going, Geldy.
Oh!
You twerp. Tucker Carlson and George Will each had 24. A couple of right-wing assholes with bow ties. Ross Perot, 22. Mike Lupica, 20. Bob Costas, 17. Sean Hannity and Matthew Lesko, 16. And Jay Fiedler, 16, with the big ears. Alex Pinga Pequena, 14. Rick Moranis, 12. Clay Aiken, 10. And Weird Al Yankovic, 10. That's what Clarence said this morning he wanted for the new year. More anus. He said that yesterday, too. He says it every day. He ain't getting it, though. He ain't getting much. So that's our yesterday poll. Now, here's the first one today. As we're poll intensive, climb on it. Now that we got the official announcement yesterday by John Edwards, who's got a Chinaman's chance in purgatory, and now Wesley Clark, General Wesley Clark's going to throw his hat into the ring today.
Right.
Why do they use that expression? You ever thought about that? Throw his hat into the ring. What
I'm
a
sure
stupid-ass thing that
It comes from
is.
something.
It comes from
Probably
some asshole.
boxing or something.
Oh, back in the days when he used to wear those big fedoras.
Right.
Remember The Godfather? Michael had that big fedora.
Is that like if you wanted to participate in the boxing match?
When he came back to see Kay, when she had a class outside of school there, he had that big old-fashioned fedora on there.
Yeah.
That was a really fashionable piece.
Very gay hat.
What's important, Kay, is that... Howard, let's see, who'd you like to see as Democratic presidential candidate next year? And here's the list. I think I got them all on there. And we don't want any names of, like, Hillary... people
Lyndon
that are running.
LaRouche.
People that are running. Howard Dean, Wesley Clark, Jew Lieberman, John Kerry, Bob Graham, John Edwards, Al Sharpton, Dennis Kucinich, Carol Mosley Braun. I don't care I'm for Bush or I don't care they all suck. I think I got it covered there, don't you?
That's it.
Did I leave anybody out?
Not that I can see.
Who's actually running?
Right, anyone really.
No, seriously. I even put, like, Carol Mosley Braun on there. Nobody knows who that is.
I know. Al Sharpton's kind of a joke, but he's running.
And let me also say this. The FDA sucks. I just want to mention it. Oh, look at this. 14 more suits, priest in church. Where's this? In Cincinnati. Jesus, this stuff is just pouring in here about the goddamn priests. The most important story of the day, though, is about...
Oh, you're wrong.
To show you. Just to show you what a Banana Republic South Florida is. Sweet. Dolphins plan tribute to Celia Cruz at Bills matchup on Sunday. How do you like that? I mean, what kind of crap is that? Are they having a tribute to John Ritter? No. Are they having a tribute to Johnny Cash?
They oughta.
Anybody going to sing any Johnny Cash music Sunday at the ballgame? No. But only in the Banana Republic, baby. They're doing it again. Celia Cruz. The Dolphins have announced plans to hold a tribute to salsa legend Celia Cruz during halftime of Sunday night's game against the Bills. Boy, that could be an ugly game, man. Cruz's husband, Pedro Knight, will receive $1. Do you think he's kin to Sonny Knight? Will receive, I guess it's confidential, will receive a Dolphins jersey during the tribute, which will include a performance by Latin Grammy nominee Victor Manuel, who obviously is not from Cuba. Better not be. Cruz, 78, died of a brain tumor July 16. The Cuban exile was immensely popular in Miami, so much so that Calle Ocho, the main street running through the city's Cuban community, has the honorary name of Celia Cruz Way. I thought that dressing in drag was the Celia Cruz Way.
It is.
The tribute's part of a Latin-themed night at Pro Player Stadium in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month. I didn't even know that. Did you? It's Hispanic Heritage Month?
I had no idea.
Are you proud
Of?
your Hispanic heritage?
Oh, yeah, I got the flag painted on my face.
Well, I would be proud, too, unless I lived in South Florida. Then I'd be embarrassed. Anyway, Marty Cintron, lead singer of the Latin pop group No Mercy, is scheduled to perform the Star-Spangled Banner before the game on acoustic guitar. In addition, 250 fifth graders from Ben Shepherd Elementary School in Hialeah will be on the field for the halftime ceremony holding flags from 20 Hispanic nations. Nos pica de inglés aquí, okay? So there you go. That's what's going on Sunday night before the Bills trounce the Dolphins. It will probably be one of the most embarrassing losses since that 62-7 loss. Was that the score at Jacksonville?
It was pretty bad.
No, wasn't it 62-7? You know, now that you're on the payroll, these ambiguous answers aren't going to cut it. Let's get right to the chase.
Iron over here.
Estuvo muy bien aquí.
We now welcome Senator John Kerry, joining us from Des Moines, Democrat of Massachusetts, now an official candidate for his party's nomination.
I might add.
Don't interrupt. Go to some phone calls. You're watching Larry King Live. Denver, Colorado. Hello.
Senator Kerry, how will you pay off the deficit? You're going to have to kick back in more money now. And by the way, we're going to penalize every family in America.
Port Richey, Florida. Hello.
Senator Kerry, is it true that you used to work at Sears as a mannequin?
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
19 years experience.
Olympia, Washington. Hello.
Senator Kerry, what will you do with health care?
I had health care because I'm a United States Senator and I could afford it. And that's why I'm going to see to it that everyone in America can't get what I got. We can't serve all of you because we don't have enough money. The reason we don't have enough money, Larry, is because I party.
Gardner, Massachusetts. Hello.
Senator Kerry, how's the herpes?
Oh, you're really nice to ask. I'm able to say that I am cured, and I want to stay that way.
Thank you, Senator. We'll be seeing you again soon.
Thanks so much.
Senator John Kerry, now an official candidate for his party's nomination.
1019 at 560 WQM. So somebody immediately faxes us in, which we thank them profusely. What is the meaning and the origin of the expression to throw one's head into the ring? When you throw or toss your head into the ring, what you're doing is informing everyone that you're willing to enter a contest. The expression these days is normally used in politics. When somebody throws his hat in or into the ring, he's announcing to the world he's a candidate in the coming election. In other words, he's contesting. Here are a few examples. Renuka is seriously considering throwing her hat into the ring this time. Arjun, this is from the Hindu newspaper in India, so that's why we got these Indian names.
Yeah.
Arjun has tossed his hat into the ring. This should make things interesting. I would sound people out before throwing my hat in. The expression comes from the sport of boxing. In the old days, whenever somebody threw his hat in the ring in boxing, it implied that he was challenging the boxer. He was willing to fight the person in the ring. A well-known boxer, John L. Sullivan, used to go through this ritual every time he fought. After defeating his opponent, Sullivan would toss his hat in the ring. This was a challenge to the people in the audience. If the man who challenged him was able to remain on his feet till the end of the bout, then Sullivan used to give him a prize. There were not too many occasions when he actually had to pay the challenger. How do you like that? So the original meaning of throwing the hat in the ring was to challenge. It was only in the 19th century the expression took on a meaning it has today, announcing one's political candidacy. How do you like that? And probably has something to do with hat trick and hockey, too, wouldn't you think, Scott?
Sure.
No. Probably not. Anyway, I love this fax. This is very good stuff. Religious broadcaster Pat Robertson prayed on the Christian Broadcasting Network based in Virginia Beach that Isabel would turn from the coast. He asked God to put a wall of protection around Virginia Beach and the East Coast. In the name of Jesus, we reach our hand in faith and command the storm to cease its forward motion to the north and turn and go out into the sea, Robertson prayed on the 700 Club. Has he got any chance of that happening? No. As it continues moving north-northwest at about 9 miles per hour. In fact, I'm thinking right now I have a psychic vision that it's going to go plowing right into Virginia Beach and right up Pat Robertson's ass. How do you like that?
We can only pray.
If you ask me, that's what I'm praying for. Oh, in the name of Jesus, in the name of...
Oh, God.
Let's pray that storm, that the old brown eye of Hurricane Isabel. Why is it that every time I say that now I start thinking of Celia Cruz? I can't stop. Every time I start that crap, I just can't stop playing it, you know? Esa negrita que va caminando, esa negrita tiene su tumbao, y cuando la gente la va mirando, ella baila de lado, bien apretado, apretado, apretado. La negra tiene tumbao, azúcar, azúcar. Now, the enthusiasm of Sunday night's celebration and tribute to Celia may be tempered somewhat when the PA announcer does announce to the crowd officially it has been determined in the autopsy that Celia was a man, but that's beside the point. I guess discriminating people already knew that, didn't they?
I guess.
So Pat Robertson says he's praying for it. Now, a lot of people dying. That's why I played those I'm dying over here things. A lot of people dying. They're dropping like flies. We can't even keep track. In fact, the sun set. Seriously, I don't want to go too ape on it because obviously South Florida is so insensitive anyway. They don't really give a crap. We didn't have one call from anybody since Monday I announced it, that anybody saying, well, you know, Don Cox was a real personality and it's really a shame. He was only 55 years old. He died in his sleep. He was up there taking care of his ill mother in Georgia and Atlanta. Nothing, because the people of South Florida are callous and indifferent. So maybe they deserve the scum sentinel. See, even if Duff wouldn't have emailed the information to Tom Jicka, which he did, he told me that again this morning, even if he wouldn't have done that, they could have ripped it off out of the Herald, which wouldn't be the first time that they've done that.
Sure.
But no, Because when Jerry Williams died, did they care?
No.
When Dick Casper died, did they care?
No.
Because Tom Jicker, one of those guys, might have to do a little homework and talk to a couple of people, which is so much more difficult and time-consuming than just writing a puff opinion piece about some bogus fall TV show that's going to get canceled in 3 weeks anyway.
See, I think you're the one that's wrong.
I see.
You keep presuming that Tom Jicka's a radio writer. He obviously stopped doing
that.
I
just said Tom Jicka or somebody. I'm assuming him because he's supposed to be the long-standing radio TV maven
washed
over
his
there.
hands of that, obviously.
But he washed his hands. Well, maybe he was at Pearson or Toronto International Airport. What a crock of crap, you know. This is the kind of stuff that makes it in the news wires. Oh, 96% of the people at Toronto International Airport, which it's not called, are washing their hands as compared to like 75%. How about some of the Pakistanis and Indian people? Are they washing it?
No.
No, and you can believe me. Ooh. You know, I've brought that up so many times over the years, and people refuse to acknowledge, I guess because there's so many parochial people in the U.S., they refuse to acknowledge that people's diet and their skin pigmentation result in a different aroma. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Sure.
Because it's very easy to say, well, gee, they haven't seen a bar of soap in 15 years. And that's possible, I guess. But I think there's like a pigmentation thing. Like people from India and Pakistan.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Not all.
What's that? Curry.
Kid Curry had something to do with it?
I'm sure he did.
I don't be picking on him now that his good buddy Don Cox just died on Monday. At least I'll say one thing for Kid Curry. He's not making that an excuse to screw off, okay, like Greg Reed did. Oh, gee, I'm all broken up about Cox. I can't deal with that now. But we did get Scott on the payroll. He's got the paperwork filled out. He's like a step away from the payroll. It's coming. Anyway, guess who died? You already know because you faxed these things to me. I got two of them.
Tragic. I'm going to go into
let me start with the other one first, the one that doesn't really bother me all that much. I'm not broken up about it. Garner Ted Armstrong, evangelist known for The World Tomorrow in Tyler, Texas. Evangelist Garner Ted Armstrong, known for his work on the religious TV program The World Tomorrow, died Monday afternoon of complications from pneumonia. Mr. Armstrong, 73, died in the Tyler hospital. His son, Mark Armstrong, told the Tyler Morning Telegraph, "Here comes the best part of this story. Just like Pat Robertson, we cannot fully understand why the healing we begged for was not granted." Mark Armstrong said in a written statement, "I know that my dad fully expected that his work will continue, and we've all got an enormous responsibility to make certain that his work has not been in vain and that his voice will not be silenced." Yada, yada, yada. Mr. Armstrong founded the Church of God International in 1978 after his father, Herbert W. Armstrong, the late founder of the Worldwide Church of God, excommunicated his son from the church based in Pasadena, California. He founded the Garner Ted Armstrong Evangelistic Association in Tyler in 78, along with the Church of God International. Yada, yada, yada. How do you like that? Yeah, that was the original one, was Herbert W. Armstrong. I forgot about him.
Who?
And then we had Garner Ted, and now we've got Mark, who says, we can't understand why the healing we begged for wasn't granted. Can you understand it?
Nope.
Me neither. Maybe God was busy. Maybe God was working on a tribute for Celia Cruz. We would be doing a van hit, by the way, for the Best of Neil today, but it's very dubious because Miguel has to service Doreen twice before noon, and that may take a little while. Well, no, in his case, it may take a while for him to get it up. I guess if they would blindfold him.
Right. Get him drunk.
And tell him it was like the body of Celia Cruz or even Ann Bishop, I think it might have greater impact.
Take a Viagra.
Take about a bottle of Viagra. And the other death, this is really sad. Boca Brian's going to be all broken up about this and all the other old farts like us, too.
Mm-hmm. I'm wailing.
Sheb Woolley died. Oh, no. A veteran actor in westerns like High Noon, who also recorded the #1 pop ditty, The Purple People Eater, has died. His wife said he was 82. This is in Nashville. Woolley suffered from leukemia in 1996, was hospitalized Monday at Skyline Medical Center in Nashville. He had just paid respects to American music legend Johnny Cash on Sunday. It was just his time to go, said his wife Linda. Woolley, who died Tuesday, appeared in more than 60 movies, acted in some 50 TV shows, and recorded pop and country songs. On the big screen, Woolley appeared in mostly westerns beginning in 50. His credits included High Noon as a whiskey-drinking killer, Outlaw Josie Wales, War Wagon, Distant Drums, Man Without a Star, Giant, and Hoosiers. The Purple People Eater, about an unidentified flying object, sold 3 million copies in 1958 as the #1 pop record. Have we got it?
We got it.
Oh, there it is. I thought I heard it.
Way to go, Scott.
Look, I'm doing my job.
Don't get crazy.
Sort of.
Did he say one big brown eye? Is that what he said? Okay, that's enough. Sheb Woolley's dead, Purple People Eater. That's enough, like I said. Kill it. Thank you. 10:20. Well, we play more, but we don't have time because Pharrell got us backed into a box here. 10:27 at 560 WQM announcing a gigantic, humongous 2003 Neil Rogers blowout sale that's going on right now at Hallett Pontiac GMC. Talk to my good buddies Tom Lehman and Joe Prieto, who are offering it the lowest prices in the universe. Here's Neil deal number 1. Save up to $7,000 with the highest rebates of the year plus deep, deep discounts. Neil deal number 2. Get 0% financing for up to 5 years. And listen to this. You can lease a 2003 Pontiac Grand Prix GT2 for just $279 a month for 36 months. You get 12,000 miles a year and only pay $2,000 out of pocket. You heard right. You pay only $279 a month. Hallett's also got great unbeatable deals on Yukons and Denali's waiting for you right now. And as you always know, Hallett's got the best selection in town of certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs that you can depend on. No lemons on the lot. And if your credit is a problem for you, if it's embarrassing, if you have a blemish or 2 or 20 or 30, no problem at Hallett. They'll cut you a deal. It's the 2003 Neil Rogers blowout sale. It's happening right now as I speak at Hallett Pontiac GMC. And you'll find them in the same great spot. They've been doing people great for over 35 years, which is why they're still around, by the way. 13401 South Dixie Highway. That's US 1 across from the Falls, open every day, 7 days a week. If you want more info on these staggering Neil deals, call the Neil Deal hotline, toll-free, 1-888-534-4211. 1-888-534-4211. Don't forget, all Neil deals subject to credit approval. See our friends at Hallett for details. At Hallett Pontiac GMC, who are professional grade.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
In the Banana Republic, baby. Only in Miami.
She was a community icon in a community that needs an icon. As far as I can tell, she was the fantastic, iconoclastic Celia Cruz. Angry Julio Records presents the dulcet, mellifluous sounds of Celia Cruz. She's dead, you know.
Oh, she was so beautiful. Alien, he's not a boy. If I were Gary Clark and you were Sweet Shady, would Alien be the name of our face?
Celia Cruz, Cruz Salsa Tunes for Use. Available now at Batista's Used CD Emporium.
So I'm keeping my eye on Isabel, and I've noticed that if it just takes a slight jog, you know how these things wobble, especially once they first hit land? Just a slight jog to the east, it's going to smack right into Virginia Beach.
Oh!
I just mentioned
please,
that in
I'm praying. I sacrificed the chicken.
Oh, Jesus, please. Here's a lady in Plantation. Hello.
Hi, Neil. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm calling to see if you can kind of pressure Miguel into pinpointing a location today. Because I'm, rearranging my day so I can meet up with wherever he's going to be.
I don't think he's going to be anywhere today except in the orifice, in Doreen's orifice.
Because you mentioned on Monday he would be out in the van on Wednesday.
Well, that's what they keep telling me, and then he keeps stalling it off. I foresee a real mitigated disaster this year in our fundraiser because they're just, we always get leftovers. We get nothing. This radio station gives us absolutely no assistance whatsoever.
Well, maybe you can use some of your pressure there and get him out.
Well, where would you like him to be?
Somewhere in Broward. I don't care.
How about that Shell at University in Broward? That's always a real popular spot.
In fact, that's right by where I'm at right now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to work on it.
Okay, great. You have a good day, Neil.
You too, thanks.
All right.
There you go, Miguel, University in Broward, Shell Station. That's one of our most popular spots. Across where the cops used to make the coffee, but that convenience store ain't there no more.
No, that's too bad.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh. Well, that's kind of my neck of the woods.
I know University in Broward.
Right across from the once popular Broward Mall and right down the street from the once not so popular Macy's Mall. Does anybody really ever shop in that Macy's Mall? It's always jammed with cars.
I haven't been there in so long.
Probably just the people that work there.
You know, the last time I was there is when you did a fundraising appearance there.
Right, and there was nobody there.
I think it was your birthday.
That's right. They had that gigantic birthday cake. Nobody was there because Screw-Ann was there, and the stench kept everybody. No, seriously, they were screaming, running out of there.
The guy with the eyes was there. What is that
smell? What is that smell? It was Screw-Ann's.
Rectum.
Well, whatever part it was. Anyway, here's the first poll. It's up there now, and we'll like I said, 74 votes. Wesley Clark 21, Howard Dean 15. I don't care. They all suck 13. I don't care. I'm for Bush 8. 10.8% of this crowd. Bob Graham 8. Al Sharpton 5. John Kerry is scary 3. John Edwards 1. 0 for Jew Lieberman.
Oy!
That's because the Orthodox Jews have abandoned this show, and thank goodness. Dennis Kucinich, maybe they're out there rubbing their tisses together. Dennis Kucinich none, and Carol Mosley Brown has none. Isn't that a shock? No. So now the poll that we're going to work on today during the show, and like I said, thanks again to Mike in Cooper City, or wherever the hell he was. It wasn't Cooper City. Where was it?
I don't know.
Mike in Yenamsveld, who faxed yesterday. Coconut Creek. about dead people, because it really pisses off Mo.
Absolutely.
That we do polls on dead people and we still have this gigantic audience, and he has no numbers at all. By the way, the trend tomorrow morning at 11:30, the Arbor trends for June, July, and Augusto, it's going to be really pressure-packed. Oh,
I'm listening.
It's going to be heavy duty. Trust me when I tell you. So, the first we're going to do a series of these polls on dead people, and then we'll have like a dead-off at the end.
Right.
Right.
The
Who
best
is your
dead
favorite
guy.
dead political
Person.
figure? By the way, Schmidt canned that idea you had, Eric. That was a really bad idea, and quit interfering with programming. See, I solved his dilemma right off the bat, didn't I?
That was brilliant, by the way.
Instead of having to sit there for all 4 hours and adding and throwing, and also for you, emailing and all this other crap.
No, I can
you just email the
write it
total
down.
list at the end, and then they have plenty of time. They got like a whole bunch of hours to vote on it. And it also leaves the first poll up there, whatever we do. We can do a whole bunch of polls. I've done that.
So you say.
In one day.
Oh, my.
Who is your favorite dead political figure? JFK, this is the list I got so far. JFK, Martin Luther King, Thomas Jefferson, FDR, Teddy Roosevelt, Abe Lincoln, or Bobby Kennedy. I think that's a good list for a starter. Don't you?
I like it.
I mean, somebody probably said William Henry Harrison, although he didn't have enough sense to come out of the rain. I like that. Tippy Canoe and Tyler, too. Did you ever see pictures of him?
No.
William Henry Harrison?
No, I mean, I'm sure I have.
Paintings of him. You wouldn't see pictures. You'd have seen paintings.
Right.
Like a grizzled old white-haired guy, you know? Looked like an old troll. Speaking of old trolls, 14 men yesterday sued the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Cincinnati, Archbishop Daniel Polarchik and the Reverend Lawrence Strittmatter of Kettering, Ohio, bringing to 24 the number of men claiming in lawsuits that Strittmatter sexually abused them as boys, and the Archdiocese covered it up. In fact, let me find my story from the Boston Globe. Here it is. Before I finish with that story, don't let me forget. In the month after releasing its much-anticipated new child protection policy on May 30th, officials in the Archdiocese of Boston quietly revised the document to curb access by alleged victims of abuse to records of church proceedings in case of accused priests. That's like breakfasts. The revisions, which church officials say were necessary to correct ambiguous language in the published policy, have drawn criticism from advocates for abuse victims who fear a backing away by the church by the church from promises of greater openness in such matters. The changes to the policy were apparently made without the knowledge of members of the commission appointed by Cardinal Law to help craft it, or members of a secondary lay advisory committee charged with overseeing its implementation. In other words, in quiet behind closed doors, they're trying to do everything they can to hush it up. Anyway, getting back to Ohio. The 14 men referred to as John Doe's numbers 11 through 24 in the lawsuit filed in Hamilton County Common Pleas Court say they were abused by Strittmatter between 1960 and 1988 while he was working in Cincinnati, including a stint as principal of Elder High School. Always be nice to your elders. Strittmatter's 24 accusers are seeking $4 million each in damages, a total of $96 million. The Archdiocese assigned Strittmatter, now 70, to be associate pastor of St. Albert the Great Church in Kettering in 1988 after he was removed from a Cincinnati church because they substantiated abuse allegation and required to undergo inpatient psychological therapy. And it goes on and on and on. It's a long story, and I'm sure that's only the beginning. Another one of those isolated series of incidents, another isolated 24, and just with that one priest. And it goes on, like I said, and on, and nobody cares. Just like Dick Cheney, who keeps lying through his teeth. Here's the latest one. Not only did he go on Meet the Press on Sunday and lie about the connection between Iraq, which now Don Rumsfeld, no less than Donald Rumsfeld, says, there's no link between Iraq and 9/11. What?
Really?
Yeah, Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld said yesterday he had no reason to believe that Iraq's Saddam Hussein had any hand in the September 11th terrorist attacks in the U.S. At a Pentagon news conference, Rumsfeld was asked about a poll that indicated nearly 70% of respondents believed the Iraqi leader probably was personally involved. I've not seen any indication that would lead me to believe I could say that, Rumsfeld said. How do you like that?
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
A random act of honesty?
Now, Vice President Cheney, who, of course, in addition to that lie about that, the former CEO of Halliburton Company has received hundreds of thousands of dollars from the company in deferred salary payments since taking office, while asserting he has no financial interest in the company, Senate Democrats said yesterday. Senate Democratic leader Tom Daschle of South Dakota and Senator Frank Lautenberg of New Jersey said the revelations reinforced that, we left off the poll? Dick Gebhardt.
How about Bob Graham?
He's on there. Dick Gebhardt, George. Make sure that Eric has him on there. I'm sorry. So easy to forget about Dick. For some. Senate Democratic leader Tom Daschle of South Dakota, Senator Frank Lautenberg of New Jersey said the revelations reinforced the need for hearings about the no-bid contracts for reconstruction work in Iraq that Halliburton has received from the Bush administration. On NBC's Meet the Press program Sunday, Cheney lied. Cheney said he had severed all ties with a Houston-based company. Kathy Martin, a Cheney spokeswoman, confirmed that Cheney had been receiving payments from Halliburton, has been, but she disputed that his statements on Meet the Press had been misleading. Right. Cheney had already earned the salary that was now being paid, Martin said, adding that once he became a nominee for vice president, he bought an insurance policy to guarantee that the deferred salary would be paid to him. So it's just, it's like a chess game, like a shadow boxing. Like a shell game, like they do on Price is Right, where they move the thing around under the peanut shells. That's what he's doing. He's moving it around under the peanut shells. Old Dick Cheney. Just unbelievable. In fact, one of the bedtime stories that we have on our website today is about the fact that this president has lied more to the country than any president in the history of this country. And I think that whoever wrote that is
absolutely correct, sir.
19 to 11 at 560 WQM. We got a pristine schedule today. The Marlins, who had a tough 14-0 loss in Philly last night, just got edged out. They'll give it another shot tonight. We got the Mad Dog at 2, the Humper in the studio 4 to 6:30. Marlins on deck 6:30. Marlins at the Phillies 7:05 to try to recover from last night's annihilation. Eddie K follows the baseball game and Joel Mark overnight. That's our schedule here on QAM. If you're on schedule to start getting your hair back, there's only one smart way to do it, to call my good friend Chuck Alfieri. There's a zillion guys out there. They're lined up at your door right now. They want to sell you pills. They want to sell you Propecia. They want to sell you dead muskrats and weasels. They want to give you every kind of song and dance to get you to buy their hair system. Well, here's the deal. Charles Alfieri is the best in the business because nowhere else can you get a more natural, better-looking piece than from Chuck Alfieri at a very affordable price, too. So if you'd like, just like a little bit of hair back, or you got a big, shiny bald spot, whichever the case may be, Charlie's the guy you want to talk to. And you have nothing to lose but that glaring, oozing, ugly bald spot because everybody gets Charlie's 30-day guarantee. If after 30 days you don't love the way it looks and feels, you're not getting all kinds of action, Charlie will give you a full refund, no questions asked. So call today and mention my name and take advantage of your $200 Neil Rogers discount, too. Charlie also services and repairs all types of hair systems while you wait for only $25 to $30. Here's the toll-free number, 1-800-321-2413. That's 1-800-321-2413, or log on to that prestigious worldwide website at charlesalfieri.com.
We're Sports Radio 560, QAM.
Miami town at 560 WQAM.
A greedy bastard who's really showing his age and doesn't have to pay more than minimum wage, and he can ya? If you don't work like a slave, Dick Clark's a douchebag. He got indicted back in 15-9 from payola. The Congress let him fly because they decided that he's delightfully white. Dick Clark's a douchebag. Owns a chain of crappy chic restaurants. Douchebag. Pays coolie wages to employees that he's got. Dick Clark's a douchebag. Icon of cops, a white and American douchebag. With all the gelt he's got, he drives around in a Dodge Caravan. Douchebag. Dick got the gig to replace Bob Ford, who banged a kid in the back of his Ford. That's all he did. And Bandstand was born. Dick Clark's a douchebag. Oh! He seemed delighted when anybody would win the cash and prizes on the pyramid. He never minded because it wasn't his. Dick Clark's a douchebag. I never realized what a big piece of crap he is after all the years I've been watching him. Dick Clark's a cranky old bummer and recalcitrant douchebag.
Amen. Dick Clark sucks. Just watch Bowling for Columbine. You'll see the embarrassing attempt that Michael Moore had to interview him about his slave labor there in Michigan.
He sucks.
Certainly pleased to hear that his restaurant in Bayside went out of business. Let's hear it for Dick going under. 10:48 at 560 WQAM. Speaking of that, after battling to a virtual draw on same-sex marriage yesterday, the Liberal Canadian government and Canadian Alliance agreed to a rematch at the ballot box next year. The divided Liberal government's plan to legalize gay marriage barely passed a critical first test, but it did pass as MPs voted 137 to 132 against an alliance motion to preserve the traditional definition of marriage as one man and one woman. And they said, just barely. I watched it, as a matter of fact. I watched the vote.
Yeah.
And they stand up and they mutter and ba-ba-beep, ba-da-boop, ba-da-boop.
They don't wear silly wigs like the Brits do.
No, they don't, as a matter of fact. Not like Celia Cruz. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Retire. No.
No, not today. Maybe next week. I'll think about it. Miami. Hello. Miami. Buenos dias.
Neil?
Celia Cruise Line, yes.
Is this Neil Dodd?
Sounds like me.
Hey, I was talking about Don Cox. I grew up with him in the 70s and 80s, listened to his shows, and they were awesome. And the guy always had a mile-wide smile on his face, and he'll be missed. I mean, he
Party.
always partying.
Yeah.
So, anyway, you got one here that is kind of sad for his loss.
Well, thanks for caring enough to send your very best, sir. You're the only one.
Well, that makes one of us.
And don't forget, Tom Jick is a douchebag. Thank you. Tom Jick is an asshole, man. He really is. You're showing your true colors the last year or two, Tom. You're a real schmuck. Talking about having your finger on the pulse of what's happening in the community. Here's a guy that was on the air in that market for like 20 or 30 years, and it's not like we're talking about somebody who, who left the air 20 years ago or something, out of sight, out of mind, that kind of thing. No, like Jerry Williams. Maybe there was an excuse there, although I don't think so. But in this particular case, here's a guy that anybody and everybody who grew up in South Florida knew Cox on the radio.
Right
and
on.
The Sun Sentinel can't be bothered giving the information out. Jicka, you're an embarrassment. You're an idiot, okay? I'm embarrassed that they actually let you fill on this radio station because you've lost it. Whatever the hell you had it, I don't know, but you sure as hell have lost it. A man who writes nothing about what's happening in the local community. But nevertheless, I mean, what am I getting excited about? At least he's consistent. At least he's consistently out to lunch. He just, and this is supposed to be a freaking newspaper?
No.
That's why I keep telling you people, man, if you had a real newspaper in South Florida, you'd see some real changes, but it ain't never going to happen. It'll never happen. If you had a real, like a tabloid, like we got the Toronto Sun here, even with their right-wing politics, but it's like a real newspaper. If you had a tabloid in there, put the goddamn Sun Sentinel and the Herald right out of business, put them to shame, put them on the back burner. A real newspaper with some people who had balls and weren't pandering all the time and writing a bunch of puff-piece crap and who could afford to, hire some real writers in there as opposed to these high school stringer kids that they have to write 95% of the crap. And these doddering, silly guys that used to write about dog racing pretending to be TV and radio critics and experts. But nevertheless. Here's a call from Davey. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I didn't know about Don Cox for real. When did this happen? Seriously.
Died Monday morning.
Ah. So he was up visiting his sick mother. What, do you have a heart attack or something?
He just died in his sleep.
Wow. Huh. Whatever happened to Stan Major?
He died, but nobody told him yet.
Stan.
It was his career that died, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
Stan's he's still fumbling around.
Oh, okay. Just curious.
And he still owes me that money, too, by the way.
Oh, well, it looks like Larry King owes you $50, right?
Exactly.
All right. Take care.
Okay, you too. Well, there's a guy who seemed mildly interested. Who's your favorite dead political figure? That's the poll we're building today, although we're not getting any suggestions because there's so many. But nevertheless, just to piss off Mo. JFK, Martin Luther King, Thomas Jefferson, FDR, Teddy Roosevelt, Abe Lincoln, Bobby Kennedy. And let's hear Mo. Let's hear Mo of them, okay? In the meantime, poll number 1, and now I see we got Dick Gebhardt on there right away. And now Eric can just, sit back, have his brunches, take care of all of his other important paying customers, and just forget about us. Right?
Okay.
Even though it is a labor of love. 171 votes already. This is shocking. Who would you like to see as the Democratic presidential candidate next year? General Wesley Clark, who's announcing today, 45 votes already. Oh! And you want to know why that probably is?
Why?
Probably because they think he can win.
Do you think?
It would seem to me. I voted for Howard Dean, who's got 32, and I don't care about those professional Jews who are faxing me all that crap about they don't like his position on the Middle East. My suggestion to them is, Coxachois, okay? Take a good barium enema, it can't hurt. I don't care, they all suck. 30 people say that. Bob Graham, 25. Too bad beady-eyed Bob doesn't have a chance. He's said all the right things, but in all the wrong places. Remember that song? Sang all the right things in all the wrong places? Mm-hmm. I don't care, I'm for Bush. 22 people say that, about 12.8%. Al Sharpton's got 7. John Kerry, who looks really scary, he's got 4. John Edwards has got 2 votes. He's got, like I said, John Edwards. And what's wrong with having a president who can talk to dead people?
We do.
He'd be perfect for South Florida.
Ours talks to Jesus.
Dennis Kucinich has got a pair. Dick Gebhardt we finally put him on there. He's still only got 1 vote. Drew Lieberman's got 1.
Oi!
And Carol Mosley Braun, out of 181 votes, she's got the big.
Oh!
Dude, who is she kidding? Now, why is she spinning her wheels? What's the point, What is the point? Why is she wasting our time and our energies? She didn't even get reelected in Illinois. Oh, by the way, my kudos to the, who is it in Illinois? Is it the governor?
That did what?
and also the mayor of Springfield, Massachusetts, who are like doing business, who are getting prescription drugs for the city and no, it's not the governor, but for public employees from Canada. And the FDA is fighting it tooth and nail because the FDA sucks. The FDA are a bunch of grave robbers who are in bed with the pharmaceutical companies who want to continue ripping off the public in America and all over the world, and especially the old people. When in doubt, rip them out. And so now the FDA is trying to battle the mayor. He was on this morning on CNBC, the mayor of Springfield, Mass., who's saving his city like $8 or $9 million. They had to make all these budget cutbacks and cut back cops and all these other because they didn't have the money. They didn't have it in the budget. And so now he's going to reinstitute all those positions and get more cops and more public fire people, et cetera, because they're saving $8-9 million a year buying prescription drugs from Canada. And the FDA says, oh, but do we know about the quality? Are these drugs safe? The same goddamn stuff made by the same companies. Okay, it's like saying, oh, well, how can the people in Canada still be alive? I mean, we don't know if their prescription drugs are safe. What kind of crap is that? What a lame excuse to try to pull it over the eyes of the, and then the public, of course, in America says, hey, screw you, FDA, we want to save the money. We'll take a chance. We'll take a chance on those drugs from that dangerous third world country, Canada. Right. What a shame and a scam. So I just mentioned that in passing. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey, last week you had a poll about the world's most dangerous men.
Yes.
And you lost a good opportunity for one of your little bits. Do you have that Al Goldstein one that goes, ew, like that?
That's got nothing to do with Al Goldstein, you mean?
Ew.
Well, what does that have to do with Al Goldstein?
Kim Jong.
Ew.
There you go.
Pretty weak. Mm-hmm. By the way, how many Julios are going to be at the Dolphin-Bills game on Sunday night?
About 30, man.
Yeah, see, I don't understand that. This pandering thing that just never stops in South Florida. I could understand if it was like the Sunday night cockfights or something like that, then have a big tribute to Celia Cruz and have all these Julio and no-speak English people come in there and do their hoochie coochie and with a mariachi band. But at a Dolphin game, you know, I mean, what's the point? You got like crackers and Jews as the Dolphin crowd.
Why don't they just go to Fort Lee where she was living?
In fact, the old Jews, they like those free saltines. They get along good with them crackers. I beg your pardon?
Why don't they just go to Fort Lee? I mean, she loved the Latin community, but she was living in Fort Lee, New Jersey.
Well, there's plenty of Latinos in Fort Lee, New Jersey.
No, there aren't.
What's the place in Jersey where they have all the Cubans? What's the place?
Rahway State?
No, seriously. Oh, come on. I'm serious. There's a place in Jersey that's loaded with Cubans. What is where is it?
It might be Bayonne.
I can't believe that between you being from Jersey and George being Cuban, neither one of you knows what I'm talking about. What is wrong with you people,
What do I know from
man?
Cubans in Jersey?
Well, huh? Fort Lee isn't Fort Lee, Neil. It's Fort Ree. There's no Cubans in Fort Ree.
10:57 at 560 WQ. I'm working alone today. I have the feeling I'm just like in a vacuum, which is fine with me. It's okay. Because I'm starting to feel a little bit unclean, especially now that Scott is on the payroll or very close to it. You might want to reconsider, Clarence, okay? Here's something you want to reconsider, and that is calling anybody beside Dry Concepts to clean your carpets. You'd have to be out of your mind to do that because there's nobody comes even close to doing a fantastic job at the great deal that they give you all the time. Dry Concepts is the #1 carpet cleaning company in the world, which is why I've used them in my prestigious home for over 20 years, and you ought to be doing the same too. They do a stupendous, unbelievable job of making even the schmutziest looking carpeting look brand new. And now Dry Concepts offers you a chance to save 15% on your next carpet cleaning. I don't know when this offer is going to end because Troy Stratford refuses to tell me, but you better take advantage of it. Hop on it right now. Just call Dry Concepts at that usual toll-free number, 1-800-248-5071. Ask to be put on their standby list. Then Dry Concepts will call you next time they have an opening in their schedule. Just like when you fly standby, if you're available when they have an opening, they'll knock 15% off the regular already low price, and don't forget they give you a written guaranteed price before they start the job. So call Dry Concepts today, whether it's your carpeting, your furniture, your drapery, your upholstery, all of these things, and has to be put on their standby list. They may even have an opening for you the day that you call, and you'll still get 15% off the price of the job. 1-800-248-5071 for the most unbelievable job in history. You won't believe how they can make your carpets look just like you had brand new laid on your floor. 1-800-248-5071 or check them out on that wicked web at dryconcepts.com.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Howard David's a bitch.
Imagine that. I'm actually playing golf with the sanctimonious Bill Bennett.
Well, I guess I'm lucky I can still afford to after gambling all those tax dollars away.
Ow! What'd you pinch me for? To see if I'm dreaming. You're supposed to pinch yourself. Yeah, but that way's more fun.
Oh. So, tell me about this highly rated morning show you keep bragging about.
Well, like I told you, I changed the face of Sport Hole Radio. I'm of a luminary, brother. The living end.
Oh, where'd you get green pants like that?
They're not green, they're lime.
I see.
Got all kinds more, too. Lemon yellow, orange, choo-choo cherry, and the goofy grape.
Well, here's our hole.
Oh, don't say that.
What?
Hole.
Well, you remember our bet, right?
You bet. Just like the chocolate sauce.
If you don't make this hole in one, I get to rape you.
Yeah, fine. Now stand back while I address the ball. Hey. Hello. Oh. I just had to say that.
Come on and swing, for you are the one I've always dreamed of.
Will you hit the ball? Why, certainly. Oh, you mean this ball? I thought you said ball.
You rotten old bastard.
And you're going to have a rough time raping me now, huh? Go dip your teabag in the ball washer.
Good idea. Open your mouth. I said open your moist ball washer.
That's it.
Wash my balls. Wash my fat balls. Wash them. Oh, you missed a spot. Keep washing them. You loser. Loser.
11:03 at 560 WQAM.
I like how it just ends.
Oh, I always love those, yeah. Oh, speaking of how the bitter end, now this show on Playboy TV right now is called Double Entry.
So we're not going to see it.
What does that
I don't think
mean?
we better be, huh?
What are they talking about?
A hole in one or two.
I was going to say.
Anyway, let's get back to the important business. This just in from the George Noory website. Art Bell returns to radio as weekend host of Coast to Coast AM.
Oi!
This is a puff piece press release, so obviously it's worded in a enthusiastic manner. Art Bell, the radio personality known for his spontaneous and compelling conversations about all things unexplained, will replace Barbara Simpson as weekend host of Coast to Coast AM, the program he made famous. He'll broadcast live from 1 to 5 a.m. Saturdays and Sundays with a refeed from 5 to 9 a.m. from his home in Pahrump, Nevada, beginning September 20th. Pahrump.
Huh?
I thought that was kind of like the sounds that old fuddy-duddies like Mo.
Absolutely.
Pahrump.
When they hit the ground?
Bell, I hope so. Bell stated, for me, a return to radio is both mysterious and reassuring. Uh-huh. In fact, you know something? I think the guy that called before? Yeah. I think that's appropriate now, too. We welcome Art back to the weekend microphone, said Craig Kitchen, President and COO of Premier Radio Networks. His return reflects his long-standing bond with this audience and his undying passion for radio. And all we can say is, oh, who the hell are you people kidding, man? The space crowd. Who listen, you know something? Speaking of space cadets, wasn't it the Beaner Boy that used to listen to that crap?
Yes.
What does that tell you? You should have known he was a space cadet. He was out of this world. 567, we haven't had one suggestion for our dead people poll. This may not go over well at all in Mo.
Absolutely.
We'll say, see, I told you, nobody wants to talk about dead people. They sure want to talk about you a lot, Mo, so you must be right on the verge. Who would you like to see as Democratic presidential candidate next year? We're asking our first poll, 219 votes. Wesley Clark, General Wesley Clark's announcing today he's already way ahead, 62 votes. And the amazing part about that is how many people really know who he is.
About 30, man.
So it's either the fact that he's a retired general, they think he can win, or the fact they're so disillusioned with the other ones.
Or
both of all of these things.
They saw that Meet the Press.
Or they saw that tremendous performance on Meet the Press, which is once you do a good job on there. He ate Tim Russert for lunch. Howard Dean, 41. He's like 20 behind. I don't care. They all suck, 35. Bob Graham is in, if this thing changing again, 33. I don't care. I'm for Bush. 13.1% of you people mental defectives. Al Sharpton 8, John Kerry 7, John Edwards 5, Dennis Kucinich, little Dennis with a bad hairpiece got a pair, Dick Hebart's got a pair, Drew Lieberman's got one vote for Drew Lieberman, and Carol Moseley Brown still don't have any. Oh, somebody please vote for Carol Moseley Brown, even some white person, please, just so she don't feel bad, you know? And because if she don't get any votes, then we'll be accused of being racist, won't we?
Yes.
Here's a call from Boca. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? Two things I have for you. You know, the place that you're looking for in New Jersey, I think it's called Union City.
Right, Union City. Thank you so much.
Right, and it's full of cubano con mierda like George.
Of course.
And I tell you one thing, if you can put my voting for Wesley Clark, he's gonna kill Anheuser Busch, hands down.
He's gonna kick his ass.
Absolutely. He's got my vote.
Muchas gracias, amigo.
I'm gonna vote a million times.
Hasta que me olvides. Okay, see ya.
So the good news is
Union City, New Jersey. How come you didn't know that?
I don't know from New Jersey.
Well, Scott's supposed to know from New Jersey.
Just because I landed in Newark.
Didn't you say that she was living in Far Rockaway?
No, Fort
Anyway,
Lee.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
So Miguel is going out. They postponed or whatever.
Where do you want me to go now?
We want you to go to the Shell station on the corner of University and Broward Boulevard in prestigious Plantation. You know the one I'm talking about on the northeast corner there?
I guess he'll find it when he gets there.
Well, what do you mean you'll figure it out? You've been there many, many times. You've been there...
About 30, man.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? Well, you're under a lot of stress.
Just
If I had to sniff Doreen's orifice, I'd probably be a little bit nervous, too.
Oh.
What a thought that is. I want to withdraw that. Can I withdraw it?
No.
Oh, too late? No, I'm not. I'm just talking about he goes in there and he, like, checks for, like, bombs and things like that. He's like a bomb-sniffing dog. He has to go in there every morning at 9 a.m. and sniff Doreen's orifice to make sure the coast is clear. Anyway, our van hit is today, and that lady ought to be really pleased in Plantation. I went to bat for her. She's right in the hood, so you'll have like at least one there, and I'm sure you'll get a lot more. With our Best Neil CDs and the Mo Howard David keychains and all that good crap. So what time are you going to be there?
He's leaving soon, and he'll be there before noon.
He'll be there before. I want you out of your office before noon. If you're not out, I'll have you thrown out. Remember that line in the network? Remember that?
Yeah.
See, I'm sick. I'm a sick person. I have to admit it. I just have these lines in my head. I can't erase them. I have this mental illness. I have all of these things ingrained in my head. Just for example, this morning, Scott was talking something about Pauly Shore, you know, and I said,
"Oh, Pauly, won't see him no more."
You know, I can't stop.
Everything ties into The Godfather.
Everything ties into The Godfather, network, all of these things.
It's the hub of the universe.
It's infectious.
I can't stop.
Right. Or like somebody I know would say,
I'm infectious.
You are. He's got the crud, man. He's got that crotch rot. So Miguel will be there. We'll let you know when he's going to be there. It'll be soon. So head on out. Head on out for Broward Boulevard and University on the Shell station. He'll be there in a QM van. You can't miss him. If you're real nice to him, I'll give you a little peck on the cheek.
He says he's not a pecker.
Just hope, of course, that he does a little Listerine after doing Doreen. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. See, now, it's too bad that they don't have one of those shows on Playboy. We could, like, pretend we're replaying the audio. What? Oh, see, I don't dare. When they're talking, I don't dare leave that on. Because we don't want to do like Scott and jeopardize our careers. And by the way, Scott, quit talking about it, you idiot. Here's Boca. Hello.
Good morning. I'm calling about the Rumsfeld article you mentioned. I read it too, and I'm sure it's in light of the poll that said nearly 70% of Americans believe that Iraq was directly related to the 9/11 incident.
Right.
So I went and I started looking it up because I specifically remember Rumsfeld trying to make that connection. So when I found this on the internet today, when he was standing in front of the Senate Armed Services Committee in July, he said the objective in the global war on terror is to prevent another attack like September 11th or a biological, nuclear, or chemical attack that could be worse. And he says, with confidence, the world is a better place today because the U.S. led a coalition of forces into action in Iraq.
Right.
So he draws those parallels. He has innuendo, and he throws all this propaganda at us to try to get us to make the connection between 9/11 and Iraq. And then 2 months later, he acts like we can't remember what he said 2 months ago.
Exactly. I think the only way to describe it is... Right. They lie a lot.
All right. Have a good day, Pally.
Thanks, Pally. Have a great life. Yeah, the public is starting to see through it like looking through a pane of glass, like looking through a piece of cellophane. They lied through their teeth. There are American kids over there dying and getting severely wounded every day. There was like 4 more seriously wounded overnight. Every single day. And, by the way, since we're doing such a good job between Osama Yamama and Mullah Bullah Omar and Saddam, the Arabic news network Al Arabiya today broadcast a new audio tape statement attributed to Saddam Hussein. Last month, Al Jazeera broadcast a tape also purported to carry the voice of Saddam. CIA officials said they believed there was a high likelihood the voice on the earlier tape was that of Saddam, and why shouldn't the one today be? He's still alive. They hit him with 5 shots. He's still alive, just like Don Corleone. In the past few months, several tapes said to have been made by Saddam have been aired, including one in July urging Iraqis to resist U.S. forces. This report of the tape follows new attacks on U.S. troops in Iraq where at least 4 soldiers were wounded, the Coalition for Public Information Center said today. Does it say anything else about the tape? No, that's about it. But how do you like that? A new Saddam tape. Have we got him yet?
No.
No, but we're lying. And we have the article we had yesterday that we have no idea. We're not any closer to Osama now than we were before. But we're wasting all these billions and billions and billions of dollars and countless human lives in a war of futility for no purpose whatsoever. Against the country that now we admit had no weapons of mass destruction, wasn't connected to Al-Qaeda, wasn't connected to 9/11, wasn't a threat to us, wasn't 45 minutes away from the Brits with their nuclear and chemical weapons and biological and all a partridge in a pear tree. But your mama, that's basically what it boils down to.
Yeah,
you don't like it? Can it?
It's worth it.
Yeah, right. What a sham. What a scam. Oh, there's Wesley Clark.
Record, and I go inside politics at 4.
There's Judy Woodruff. She's a good Democratic leader.
Now
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She is. She's a religious nut, but she's a Democrat.
Explain me that.
Oh, come on. She's probably one of them. Maybe she's a Catholic or something. I don't know.
You don't remember that line? Of course you do.
Yes. About the God thing, about the religion thing. I understand. So she's a religion, but she's not a right-wing fundamentalist nut. See, don't you understand the difference?
No.
See, it's politically correct in America, especially if you're in the media. You have to be a God person. You have to be part of the God squad. You don't get that?
Mm-hmm.
You better get with it.
Tragic.
Or you're out.
I am.
11:13 at 560 WQM. I'll tell you a place that's still in. Brandy Shoes. They've been doing it for over 25 years in South Florida. And as I speak right this moment, they're more popular than ever before because people know if they want to take good care of their feet, this is a store that'll take good care of them. They got all the famous brands in the universe. They got Rockports, Echoes, Mephisto, Timberland, Clarks, SAS, Florsheim, all the names in the shoe business that you know and love and desire. And they have a wide range of sizes, men's size 6 to 15, like, what's his name? Is that show as the second season, the third season on yet? Smallville?
No.
When does that start?
I don't know.
Well, it's important stuff.
I'll find
Get
out
on it.
during the break.
Men's sizes 6 to 15, including like they can fit up Tom Welling with a big one. And shoe too. Women's 5 to 12 in widths from the very narrow to the very wide. And don't forget their professional sales staff will give you a perfect personal service to make sure you get a perfect fit every time, like I just said. And with over 40,000 pair in stock in their 8,000 square foot mega store, you can bet Scott's life on it that whatever style you're looking for is available in your size right now to pop on your feet. Brandy Shoes, you'll find them at 1290 North Federal Highway, Pompano Beach, open daily 9 to 9, Sundays 10 to 5. And all this week at Brandy, save 20% off the entire lineup of famous brand name shoes in stock. Stop in the store or visit them on the web at brandysshoes.com.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Yeah.
Whenever I eat a meal, I can't stop thinking about disgusting things. I think about pus, phlegm, vomit. I don't know why. When I have lunch, I try hard not to think of them. I don't want to think about these things, far from it. I wish I could stop. I also think about human waste, urine, feces, and poop. It's disgusting. I can't get through a meal. It bothers me day and night. I don't know what I'm going to do. They always come to mind when I am eating soup. I think I must be crazy. I've always been crazy, I know that.
Probably saw that movie Toilet Spotting. It's 11:19 at 560 WQAM. We got 293 votes already. Who'd you like to see as Democratic presidential candidate next year? General Wesley Clark, who's announcing, making it official today. He's got 80 votes. He hasn't even announced yet. Oh, here's the Hurricane Isabel. It's heading right for Virginia Beach.
There'll be considerable rainfall, and we do have a threat for inland flooding.
And let's just talk a little bit about inland flooding. And
Yeah, let's not. Wesley Clark, 80. Howard Dean, 53. I don't care. They all suck, 50. I don't care. I'm for Bush, 39. That's 13.3%. Bob Graham, 39. He's tied with the Bushmeister. John Kerry, 9. Al Sharpton, 9. John Edwards, 7. Dick Gebhardt, 3. Dennis Kucinich, 2. Drew Lieberman, 1. And thank you. Somebody voted for Carol Mosley Brown. Thank you.
October
We don't want her
1st.
to feel left out. What?
October 1.
Is what?
Smallville. New Smallville.
Oh, October 1, so that's not that far
Right,
off.
around
Today's
the corner.
17th, so it's 2 weeks from last night. It's a week from next Tuesday. Is the new season of Smallville.
You didn't see the season finale. Maybe they'll replay that right before the
Oh,
opening.
yeah, they'll reprise the last couple of minutes.
You should see it. A lot happened.
Does it, like, pop out?
Something
Is it
does.
super?
There's lots of explosions.
Ooh.
Well, at least one.
Squirt, squirt?
Yeah.
Anyway, wait till you hear this. In late August, the number of U.S. troops killed since May 1st reached 138. Of course, it's beyond that now. The same number that had died between the attack beginning March 20th and Bush's triumphant declaration the war was over. This was a depressing statistic, and of course it rises every couple of days. But the Washington Post reported an equally depressing number on September the 6th. 2 years after 9/11, 69% of Americans surveyed said they believed that it was at least likely that Saddam Hussein was involved in the attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. I shouldn't be surprised. This is written by Alexander Cockburn. No, this is by Gary Leop, Counterpunch. It's from the Prison Planet website. I shouldn't be surprised, he says, National Geographic reports, listen to this, that 85% of young Americans 18 to 24 can't identify Iraq, Afghanistan, or Israel on an unmarked map.
Oh, my God.
56% cannot find the Indian subcontinent dangling there so conspicuously into none other than the Indian Ocean. This, I can't handle it.
Huh.
Only 19% can name 4 countries that acknowledge having nuclear weapons. Fortunately, a whopping 70% can identify the Pacific Ocean, but that's probably just because it's the biggest thing on the planet. But if you look at that conversely, 30% can't identify the Pacific Ocean.
We're doomed.
These numbers aren't just embarrassing, but dangerous, because in such a sea of ignorance swim Bush's neocons, buoyed by it, empowered by it to send U.S. troops to their deaths in a war to conquer and occupy a nation that had nothing to do with 9/11. Repeat, nothing to do with 9/11, and repeats it about 20 times on here. It says the only way to maintain adequate domestic support for the ongoing war in Iraq is to promote that fiction, which means to deliberately and cynically exploit ignorance. Worse, to exploit racism and religious intolerance in the form of essentialism, the notion that all members of a particular community, in this case Muslim Arabs and anyone benighted thinks might look like one, are essentially the same for all practical purposes. In other words, schmata heads. All working together collectively to get back at us, as the good soldier puts it, all culpable for the sins of their members. Oh, this is, no statistic. It makes me want to barf, you know? Makes me want to puke my guts out. Now, what is this all about? Add Che Guevara to your list?
Commie.
Your favorite dead political figure is Che Guevara?
Stinking commie.
Oh, this is somebody who hates you anyway, I think.
What?
Jim. That's why you're saying that.
No.
I'm not putting Che Guevara on there. Let's get serious.
Put Stalin on there, too.
I'll make the list myself, okay? Then we can just dispense with it. George Washington and Thomas Paine.
All right.
No, seriously, that's it.
I'm writing Thomas Paine down.
No, George Washington, Thomas Paine, that's it. Along with JFK, Martin Luther King, Thomas Jefferson, FDR, Teddy Roosevelt, Abe Lincoln, Bobby Kennedy. That's it. Nobody wants to play that game, and maybe Mo was right. Maybe too much. Although we will do the other ones. See, the other ones will get a lot of response. The one about the actors, the musicians, and famous other
people you relate to.
But the politicians, that's a little bit too esoteric. A little bit too cerebral for our crowd. Our crowd just wants to hear the audio from Playboy TV. And who are we to deny them that?
And we like them, we'll book them as well.
Yeah, there you go. See, they're talking. I can't put it on this hour. Because it's ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, and he's going to say the F word any minute, you know? And then you'll have to bleep it, and we'll have to go through a big song to dance, and Duff will come running in. Oh, was that on the air? Greg, it's a 4-letter word, Greg. You know, all that stuff. We don't want to have all that hysteria going on there. Especially now that we got him calmed down. You notice he wasn't, no, that would be bad to say. That would be in poor taste.
What?
But at least I'll say this for Muff. He didn't, lose it when Don Cox, when we had the word about him passing away.
How do you know?
Well, because he came in and we discussed it, and he didn't seem to be, he was sad like the rest of us, but he didn't become an emotional cripple. I think that the fact that he's...
Were they close?
I have no idea. Well, Don Cox was close to Tanner. Tanner was very close to Cox. And Duff is very close to Tanner, so didn't you see it might rub off there?
I see.
It just might do it. Now let's see, here's one that says, Barbara Simpson is a complete and total Nazi bitch-faced troll and Coulter wannabe, so at least Art Bell replacing her means less right-wing crap on the radio, says Lou. And well, I don't know. Thank you, Lou. I don't listen to any of that crap, so I would have no idea who those people are, nor I could. Also, it says, here's another fact, check out the site misleader.org for a daily deconstructing of more of W's lies, okay? I voted for Graham on your poll, but if God forbid Drew Lieberman is the nominee, I would even vote for him if it meant getting rid of this disgrace in the oral office. Can I nominate Paul Wellstone for your poll? Oh, sure, that's good for our paper political figure. Did you?
Yes, I did.
Paul Wellstone, who died in a very mysterious and untimely plane crash in Minnesota.
Good guy. He'll be missed.
He will. He already is missed. Mm-hmm. That's what Walter Mondale said.
Oh.
Poor old Walter. Couldn't win a fixed election even in Minnesota. Isn't that sad? Democratic Party with a death wish.
Another nebbish.
Here's a call from North Miami. Hello.
He's at the 10. He's at the 5. It's a touchdown Miami. A touchdown Miami. Boy, does he suck.
Excellent. That was the best call of the year.
Joe Zagacki sucks, okay?
Seriously, I gotta ask Pharrell tomorrow why he keeps sucking his ass.
Oh, my! Oh, my!
I mean, the most embarrassing, just sophomoric, juvenile, pathetic screaming and puking, and just out of control. In fact, no wonder he likes the Beast working with him. You know, it fits in like a rubber glove up your rectum slot. 85% of young Americans 18 to 24 can't identify Iraq, Afghanistan, or Israel, all of these things on an unmarked map. 56% can't find the Indian subcontinent. They can't find India, or even Sri Lanka.
56%?
Yes. And 30%, because I'm turning this stat around. I mean, to say 70% can't identify, but 30% can't identify the Pacific Ocean.
In America, there's only two that you need to concern yourself with. This one and that one.
Yeah.
And they can't find that one.
What's that one off there, just off the Florida coast? What's that one off to the east there?
Oh, the Gulf? Or the Caribbean? Or do you say Caribbean?
Oh, God! That's America for you. You can hear it all the way up here. Like that. We don't mind up here in Toronto. We're going to get the ass end of Isabel. We'll take it. We don't mind the ass end.
Rectum.
There's a lot of guys on Church Street don't mind the ass end. 27 past 11 at 560 WQM. When you got up this morning and took a deep breath, what were you breathing? God only knows. If you're tired of the schmutz, the mold spores, the dust particles, and all the other crap in your air, maybe you've got a bad mold problem. You need to call one, like Mo's got under his muskrat. Call 1-866-542-4995. That's the number for Clean Air Restoration. These guys really know how to get your air clean. If you have respiratory problems or allergies, call 1-866-542-4995 now. You spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on your home, but not a dime to ensure that the air that you and your family and even your pets are breathing is clean. The air filter system on your air conditioning system is there just to protect the AC coils. It's not there to filter the air that you breathe, and believe me, it doesn't. Their HEPA-filtered air handling systems remove almost all airborne particulate, including mold spores that can potentially produce mycotoxins, animal dander, dust mites, insecticide dust, yeast cells, skin flakes, building material dust, and all kinds of nasty, unhealthy schmutz. Clean Air Restoration is licensed and insured, and their employees have been in the business for over 25 years. And right now, Clean Air Restoration's got a Neil deal for you. For just $19.95, they'll conduct a visual mold assessment of your house. They'll inspect your AC unit, AC air ducts, your home interior, and your attic. From there, they can suggest what you might need to make the air in your home cleaner and safer, too. Clean Air Restoration handles mold-related insurance claims, commercial and residential projects. So improve the quality of your life by improving the quality of your air that you breathe. Makes sense to me. Call 1-866-542-4995 for Clean Air Restoration, making your air fit to breathe.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Fat Rich reminds me of my mother.
Oh, I wonder, oomba-doo-doo, why we dropped the bomb of love.
Poor little Allie, his legs are now a stump. Let's thank the boy for making gas cheaper at the pump.
Oh, I wonder, oomba-doo-doo, why we dropped the bomb of love. First you brainwash the public to love Bush like a god.
Yes.
Then you hijack the U.S. for all your corporate buddies to get anything you want. You conquer them and tell them, give democracy a chance. Then you pillage and you plunder for oil, water, and natural gas. Oh, I wonder, oomba-doo-doo, why we dropped the bomb on love.
What's a few dead babies? They didn't suffer long. We sure showed them a thing or two, my country, right or wrong.
Oh, I wonder, boom-ba-doo-doo, why
Incredible.
we dropped the bomb of love.
Unbelievable.
I wonder why we dropped the bomb of love.
Liberation by elimination, man. It works like a charm. 11:33 at 560 WQM. Now, before you jump on that bandwagon.
Yeah.
No, I did read this, and I thought now would be a propitious time to pass it along because people need to know. See, another reason that they're all gung-ho for Wesley Clark is because they don't know too much about him, except he has a big mouth and talked a lot during the war on MSNBC.
Right.
Of course, we know how many people watch MSNBC.
About 30, man.
Or wherever the hell he was on. Maybe he was on CNN. I think he was on him. Well, he's always opening the mouth. But anyway, Katrina vanden Heuvel, who writes in the Nation, her editorial, here's an excerpt that somebody faxed me the other day, remember, a couple days ago?
Mm-hmm.
Like on Monday. On June 12, 1999, in the immediate aftermath of NATO's air war against Yugoslavia, a small contingent of Russian troops dashed to occupy the Pristina airfield in Kosovo. Clark was so anxious to stop the Russians that he ordered an airborne assault to confront these units, an order which could have unleashed the most frightening showdown with Moscow since the end of the Cold War. Hyperbole? You can decide, but British General Michael Jackson, the three-star general and commander of KFOR, the international force organized and commanded by NATO to enforce an agreement in Kosovo, told Clark, "Sir, I'm not starting World War III for you," when refusing to accept his order to prevent Russian forces from taking over the airport. Jackson was rightly worried that any precipitous NATO action could risk a confrontation with a nuclear-armed Russia and upset the NATO-led peacekeeping plan just getting underway with the withdrawal of Serbian forces from Kosovo. Indeed, it is in military circles that Clark's Pristina incident was the final straw that led the Pentagon to relieve him of his duties, actually retire him earlier. Clark had also angered the Pentagon brass and Secretary of Defense William Cohen in particular with his numerous media appearances and repeated public requests for more weapons and for more freedom to wage the Kosovo war the way he wanted with ground troops. At one point, according to media reports, Defense Secretary Cohen, through Chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff Hugh Sheldon, told Clark to get your effing face off TV. How do you like that?
That's cute.
He told Clark to get your effing face off TV. So I don't want to say he might be kind of a media hound, maybe a little bit trigger happy, all of these things, but just something to think about, okay? Before you start jumping in with both feet and getting all excited and whipped up into a frenzy.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, but his
okay,
title
sure.
was Supreme Allied Commander.
Oh, okay.
How can you beat that?
You can't beat the Supremes. So he's got a big lead here. He's got 89 votes. Wesley Clark, 89. Who'd you like to see as the Democratic candidate against W? Howard Dean, 64. I don't care. They all suck, 59. Bob Graham, 46. I don't care. I'm for Bush, 45. 13.1% for Bush. They like Bush. In fact, that should be the bumper sticker. Lick Bush in 2004, shouldn't it?
Okay, I'm printing now.
Lick Bush more in 2004. John Kerry, who looks awfully old and scary. He's got 12. Glad he got rid of those herpes. Al Sharpton, 10. John Edwards, 8. The guy that talks to dead people. Dick Gebhardt, 4. Dennis Kucinich, 3. Carol Mosley Braun and Jew Lieberman each have 1 out of 342 votes. Don't forget the other poll that'll go up at the end of the show. Who's your favorite dead political figure? And so far we've had no. We got Paul Wellstone. That's it. It's just not one that's going over too big because, like Mo told me,
absolutely,
they don't want to hear about dead people. Although lately there's so damn many of them. Garner Ted Armstrong, or whatever the hell his name was. And Sheb Woolley, the purple people eater man. And John Beresford Tipton, whatever the hell what was his name, the millionaire?
Who?
You don't remember that show. It's before you were born. And you got John Ritter and Johnny Cash. Jesus Christ. And Don Cox.
And Jesus Christ.
And Jesus Christ. Here's a lady from somewhere. Hello.
Hi, you forgot to add Al Gore to that list. There's a draft Al Gore site.
He's not running. We put only people who are running.
But they still might draft him,
let me say it again. Read my lips. He's not running. We could have put Al Gore on. We could have put Hillary Clinton on there. We could have put a lot of people, conjecture that they might run, but so far they're not running. So we put only people who are running.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Have a great day. I had to be like a little bit belligerent there because she wasn't going to take no for an answer. But they're considering, the last poll they took the other day showed 50-50, Gore and Bush, just like we left off a couple of years ago.
Right.
50-50. How do you like that? Oh, Al Gore, man, we don't want him no more, right?
Right.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be a disaster? Oh. He's probably the only guy alive that they could have stolen the election from. Would have made it that close after 8 years of prosperity and peace. Everybody getting a piece, including Bubba.
For such a smart guy, he sure was an idiot. I don't want Clinton to campaign for me.
Yeah, but he did a good job of those coal miners, man. Huh? Hey, you have to be a thinking man to pack that Mike's Hard Lemonade in your satchel before you go down in there. You got to think about what are these guys going to want. They've been down there cold and nervous and shaken. Mike's Hard Lemonade. Sounds good to me. And then inventing the internet?
Right. Well, that's true.
What the hell more could you want? I'm almost inspired to play some Al Gore crap. Now, she's obviously obsessed. She thinks that that's the answer. Yeah.
So how about Al Gore?
No. No chance.
Al Gore, as you have never heard or seen him before.
4 years ago, you gave me your nomination to be vice president. This is some crowd. I've been watching you doing that Macarena on television. And if I could have your silence, I would like to demonstrate for you the Al Gore version of the Macarena.
I am not trying to produce
Macarena. 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 Would you like to see it again? Tengo mucha compasión. Tengo mucha emoción. Tengo mucha pasión y un gran corazón. When your alarm goes off in the morning, Macarena. When one of your children reaches for cereal and fruit, Macarena. 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 Macarena.
Local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Be very afraid.
Well, she was just 17. Well, she was almost 17. Well, she was 16 and a half. But with makeup, she looked a lot older. Something in your hair just moved. Listen. You should try right out a secret. Cause your perspiration smells. Whoa, don't come closer. When I get old and me won't be over, many years from now. Hey Stu, this is Peter. Just see the way Reno looked at me. Hey Stu, George just grabbed me and said, I wanna hold your hand.
Oh my! Oh my!
11:45 at 560.
Oh my! Oh my!
WQM, home of some of the most embarrassing crap in the history of broadcasting.
Speaking of embarrassing.
And I use the term broadcasting loosely. Yes?
Deborah Perillo, stop faxing, you crazy bitch. 20-page fax of nonsense. Just stuff that you've gotten before.
Yeah.
Stacks and stacks
Hey,
of
Deborah,
crap.
quit wasting our fax paper, you psychotic bitch, you idiot, you simple person, you. Miguel should be there by now, wouldn't you think, at the Shell Station corner?
He called, he was on his way, he said it was raining cats and dogs.
That's gonna we don't want to get rained out.
It's gonna rain on our charade.
It's gonna pee on our parade? Well, that's not, whatever we get, we'll get, you know?
Right.
Somebody will show up. What else are they gonna do? Bring your raincoat and your trench coat.
And your rubbers.
And bring your rubbers, because Miguel will be there ready for action.
Right, you wouldn't want to get wet.
Especially after, well, he doesn't want to come back anytime soon, because he said if he shows up before 2, he's got a rim Doreen. So, I don't think he'll be back anytime soon. Well, you never confused him with the rimmer, did you?
Oh my!
No.
Oh my!
No.
I saw him pick up a check, so I know it ain't him.
Oh my! Oh my!
Joe, you're an embarrassment, okay? You're a good guy. I like you. It's nothing personal, but my God. And you know something? He's perfect for the University of Miami. Here they got a choice between a consummate professional who got screwed over by Mo, by the way, and the Dolphin organization.
Absolutely.
Bill Zimfer, who did yeoman work, an excellent job on the Dolphins, 9 seasons with the Mad Dog, and was available to do U of M football.
Damn it, it's a touchdown.
And the university being the typical Bush League Neanderthal, oh no, we want to have the same guy doing all of our sports, and we want Joe Z.
Oh my! Oh my!
Who fits in perfectly with the entire ambiance of the University of Miami. Donna, No Ball, Shalala, and a whole thing over there in the Gables. Makes me want to puke, okay? Donna, you sick, idiotic bitch.
Oh, that's the most disgusting thing I ever saw. Get our name off that billboard right away. We've got balls.
You got no balls, honey, although rumors were they had big ones. That's what Bubba was saying. Even Joe's impressed.
Oh my! Oh my!
Here's a fact from Lisa in North Miami. Says, what would knowing where Iraq is on a map, 2, knowing what's really going on in the world because y'all read, prove? Oh. What? It wouldn't make things any easier for anyone if we knew about it or not. I see now why you and George take drugs, because you concern yourselves with all that negative crap and it pisses y'all off. This has got to be phony.
It is.
I don't care where Iraq is, nor do I want to. I have so much more to say, but thought you might not read this. Right, phony. This is the same as was it Tracy that day? They had a phony name, yeah. Building code compliance, my ass.
Fake facts.
Yeah, another fake facts from a fake Lisa for the y'all read, y'all got. Hang on to what y'all got, Lisa, which probably ain't much. Idiot. 5670560 is, I'm not depressed about anything. I'm a happy camper, believe you me. I'm happy as a pig in slop.
It's sloppy?
Although I'm a little bit upset about the fact Joe Zagacki is on WQAM doing anything. I mean, like I said, nice guy to have around. Give him a paycheck just to keep him, him and his lovely wife to have to eat now and then. Wesley Clark's got 99 votes. Who'd you like to see as Democratic presidential candidate next year? Wesley Clark, 99. 374 votes all told. Howard Dean, 67. I don't care. They all suck, 61. I don't care. I'm for Bush, 52, 13.9%. Oh. Bob Graham, 49. John Kerry, 13. Al Sharpton, 12. John Edwards, 11. Dennis Kucinich, 4. Dick Gebhardt, 4. Carol Mosley Braun, 1. Julie Berman, 1. See, the fact that we got out of this audience almost 14% for Bush, that tells, what have I always said? He could hold a speech. He could go on national TV, on worldwide TV, 9 o'clock tonight on all the networks, even on Playboy TV. And look you straight in the camera with that goofy look on his face with the furrowed brow and say, I lied to you. All those people who died over there, including the ones who are still dying, including your sons and daughters, it was all for nothing based on a lie. We had this planned a long time ago. Me and all my neocon pals. And tomorrow would still be 14%.
Right.
So it ties right in with what we were saying about stupidity. Just like the Arnold business. Oh, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's going to be governor of California, maybe. Based on what? And then, of course, this debate he's going to participate in. You'll notice that, of course, it's going to be a little bit untimely with the election coming up March 4th probably now, unless they change that. Unless they overturn a court's decision. But the fact of the matter is that they have to have the questions in writing so they can make the answers up for him ahead of time, because he doesn't have any answers. He doesn't have any positions. He doesn't have any qualifications. But he'd rather pump than come. Sometimes it's not such a bad idea, pumping than coming in California. Whatever the hell that means. Oh, Jesus, God and Chrysler Motors Almighty. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. It's a good thing we got that big 1 to 2 comedy bits hour today. We got screwed out of that last week because last Wednesday we hit a Marlin game.
I tried to tell you to do it earlier.
Nah, but I outsmarted you. I took off Friday.
Mm-hmm. Bastard.
That'll show you. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing today?
Pretty good, sir.
Hey, Neil, listen. I want you to know you always bring a big smile to my puss. But please, I'm going to ask you to please, I need a favor from you. Please stop playing those Joe Zagacki bits. Every time I hear that guy's voice, I get like ulcers in my stomach.
Do you?
Please, we can't listen to him anymore.
Oh my! 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 Oh my!
No!
Oh my!
What are you doing?
Oh my!
5670560, pound 560.
Oh my! Oh my!
On the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Just a wild, screaming, out-of-control maniac. I guess that's supposed to compensate for ability, you know?
Ain't it the same thing?
I beg your pardon?
Ain't it the same thing?
Lack thereof.
Ability.
Here's a call from Hollywood. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hi, Neil. How are you today?
Great. Sensational, man.
Great. Neil, I just want to say something, in a segue to some of your talks about the weather and the hurricane and stuff. The weather out here on Hollywood Beach is excellent right now. I mean, all
and the weather
local
here in Toronto is beautiful. It's sunny and 72.
Yeah, I know, but all the local news, this morning on TV had like there's 8 to 10 foot seas and 6 to 8 foot seas, and like I'm a lifeguard on Hollywood Beach, and the water here is just really flat. There's a little bit of a current running north to south, but it's a beautiful day, so I hope all the people just come on out and come on down to the beach and enjoy it.
Okay.
It's a beautiful day, and also Teddy Roosevelt on your poll. That man did so much for national parks. Imagine what would happen if we didn't have him do that for us.
I can't even begin to imagine it, you know what?
No, think about that,
And the Indians probably felt the same way about it.
Yeah. All right, well, anyway, thank you, Neil. God bless, and have a great day. You enjoy.
And the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce thanks you profusely.
You're welcome, Neil. Good
Have
morning.
a great day. Thank you. No, I'm not thanking you. I said the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce. Well, he's putting in a good plug. He wants to see some naked people out there on the beach.
Damn straight.
Well, some of them, and maybe some of them not.
Bye.
Who's your favorite dead political figure? We have no interest in this poll, and that's okay, because Eric said, I told you Eric was dicking with his show. See, Eric emailed me to say that he got a whole bunch of suggestions last night on the poll.
About 30, man.
Because he put it on there for people to be able to put in their suggestions, which I put Bobby Kennedy on there, by the way, Eric. I was the one, and you put one in too.
Right.
So but at any rate, by doing that, see, that would have been about 30 calls we would have had from people suggesting as opposed to like doing it on the website. So he's dicking with the program here. Well, I'm making it nice and easy for you now, Eric, so don't interfere, okay? Like Mama Corleone said to Santino, don't interfere. Remember that when they were having dinner at the table and he was giving a lecture to Carlo about don't ever... right. Santino, don't interfere.
She knew.
That hot-tempered Santino, man. They shot him on the causeway.
My boy.
Yeah. Don Corleone. At any rate, let's just play the audio from The Godfather the rest of the 3 years. I said that sounds good to me. Huh? We're just going to play Godfather drop-ins.
Mamma mia! Bing, you blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit.
What's the matter with you? I think your brain is going soft.
Yeah. I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart. You broke my heart.
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli.
See, this is what pisses old senile Mo off real big time, is he knows in a part of his brain, what used to be what's under the muskrat there, the weasel, he knows that I could actually play Godfather drops for the next 3 years, what's ever left on this deal, and still get gigantic numbers over what his pathetic decimal, whatever he's got.
Oh, man.
This is what really has got to frost his sad old ass.
I don't care how many Dago, Guinea, what greaseball Goombas come out of the woodwork.
See, and you could play the same drop-ins, Mo, but the difference would be nobody would listen when you play it. That's the bottom line.
What have I ever done to make you treat me so disrespectfully? For justice, we must go to Don Corleone.
Absolutely correct, sir. Oh!
There you go. Nice medley from The Godfather. 5670560, pound 560. Your favorite dead political figure, the list we have so far, Paul Wellstone, Thomas Paine, George Washington, Bobby Kennedy, Abe Lincoln, Teddy Roosevelt, FDR, Thomas Jefferson, Martin Luther King, and JFK. That's the list we have so far, to which you folks have added one.
Right.
I mean, see, if we had a really cerebral audience, they'd be saying, well, James Madison, because he was really,
Keep dreaming.
What?
Cerebral audience.
How about John Quincy Adams?
How about him? Like this show.
How about James Knox Polk?
You poke.
He was kin to Polk Salani, I do believe. And he liked his poke.
A pig and a poke?
No, he liked his poke. Oh, maybe that was Franklin Pierce who they said liked his poke. Was it Franklin Pierce or James Buchanan, who was never married? There were always rumors about that we had a closet.
Before my time.
It was one of them. It was either 14, which was Franklin Pierce, or 15, James Buchanan. I think it was Franklin Pierce. And there were stories, there were rumors being spread. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil God.
Yes, sir.
Oh, by the way, it was James Buchanan who was the unmarried president. 15th
really?
president.
That was
well,
quick.
I knew it was either him or Franklin Pierce.
Right. Hey, Neil, did you ever get a chance to read the David Halberstam book, War in a Time of Peace?
No.
Yeah, that's the book that really details a lot of what went on in the Kosovo battle. And I think it gives a real good, balanced, and objective view of Clark's role in that battle. The editorial that you read from The Nation, I think, gives kind of a one-sided view of some of the press manipulation that was going on during that war. And I think it's fair to say that Clark was kind of playing the press to bring attention to a lot of the bad things that were going on in Kosovo. The press was not paying attention until a lot of the atrocities came out. I mean, I'm not saying he's perfect by any means. And I'm not saying that I'm even...
No, I'm not saying that I necessarily believe it, but somebody faxed it to me the other day, and The Nation obviously is a credible publication, and I wanted to read it because I want to put all the stuff out there, and then people can pick and choose and believe what they want.
Right, and what I'm saying with the Halberstam book is basically, I think it presents a very balanced side, and it presents the warts and all. To be honest with you, I think I highly recommend it.
Okay.
And also for the poll for the dead politicians, I think I'd like to nominate the person that ran the country during the 1980s, Nancy Reagan's astrologer. She is dead, by the way.
Okay. And have a great day. Just say no to Nancy's astrologer. That was excellent. I beg your pardon?
I said that's good news, and that was a great call.
That was a great call. We're not putting that on there, of course, because we don't know what the name was. Nobody would know who it is anyway. Just like they don't know where the goddamn Indian Ocean is, or where India is, or where Sri Lanka is. I always liked Ceylon, when I was collecting stamps. See, that's the problem. I thought I was learning something about the world. Then they went and changed they changed the names of all the damn countries. Pissed me off, man. What the hell was Zimbabwe? What is that? Right. Whatever happened to the good old Belgian Congo, huh?
That was my favorite Congo.
Go pound on the bongos so we can all go to the Congo. How's Precious doing, by the way, and Passion? She okay?
Yes.
Good. 11:57, although we're losing our patience on Passions because nothing has happened. Hey, Sheridan, crawl up those stairs again, honey. Maybe somebody will hear you this time, damn it. Maybe Hank will hear you. By now, you've been hearing about Laminates of Russ and how laminated wood flooring from Laminates of Russ is the easy, the intelligent, low-maintenance alternative to natural wood flooring, which costs you an arm and 4 legs. Laminates of Russ is the best place to find laminated wood flooring from the top names in the universe like Peridor, Pergo, Wilson Art, Uniflora, and Quickstep. They've got all the top names, all installed by Pergo-certified installers, too. Another good reason why I ought to be calling these folks instead of anybody else is because at Laminates of Russ, their prices will positively floor you. Right now, you can get their September kickoff special for just $1,995. Just $1,995 gets you up to 380 square feet of beautiful laminate wood flooring. It is positively amazing. And Laminates of Russ will match any legitimate written offer, too. You can't beat them with a shtick. For a free in-home estimate, no obligation, call Laminates of Russ toll-free and tell them that crusty, rusty old Neil told you to call 1-877-777-3336. They make it as easy as pie. They give you free carpet disposal, free furniture moving, 25-year warranty, and years of beautiful, easy care laminate wood flooring. Call Laminates of Russ today toll-free. When in doubt, check this out. 1-877-777-3336.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
It's the 12 to 1 hour on QAM.
What a nice recovery, I thought.
Excellent. Fairly noticeable.
They'll never know this.
Sitting at home watching the WWF. I got hair on my back and Coors on my breath. I got remote control. I got my Nintendo joystick. I'm so damn lazy. I married a pregnant chick.
Well, it's true I drive a Beamer and I play lots of golf. I wear polyester pants that I never take off. I go out to the bars and I try to be funky, but I don't fool anyone, 'cause me a honky.
Oh, me a honky. Oh, me a honky. Oh, me a honky. Just a little too white. Oh, me a honky. Oh, me a honky. Oh, me a honky.
I listen to Madonna and I think she's really hip, and that Julio Iglesias fella just makes me flip. I don't like Two Life Crew. They're just so darn dirty. My kids aren't allowed to listen until they turn 30.
My dad is my uncle and my sister's my aunt. I'm enrolled in school just to get me a grant. I tell a lot of ethnic jokes. I think that they're funny. I got a bad sense of humor, 'cause me a honky.
Oh, me a honky. Oh, me a honky. Oh, me a honky. Just a little too white. Oh, me a honky. Oh, me a honky. Oh, me a honky. Just a little too white.
Look at me do the bark step, Luffy. Look at this.
Hey, Ma, why don't you come over here and pull my finger?
I think we put our finger on it today. The problem with America, if there is one, of course, there might not be, but I think we might have found it. Too many trailer parks.
Okay.
1204 at 560 WQM, and of course some of them might get blown away. Boy, that Brian Cabell from CNN, he's standing there like just the wind is blowing, Nothing's going to happen till tomorrow morning, but he's standing there like getting his hair blown all around, just waiting for the big blow. Aren't a lot of guys standing around waiting for the big blow?
Yes.
In line.
Yeah. Blix says Iraq probably destroyed WMDs. Former UN Chief Weapons Inspector Hans Blix believes that Iraq destroyed most of its weapons of mass destruction 10 years ago. but kept up the appearance that it had them to deter a military attack. In an interview with the Australian radio station broadcast today, Blick said it was unlikely that the U.S. and British teams now searching for weapons in Iraq would find more than some documents of interest. Innerst, as Eisenhower used to say, innerst. I'm certainly more and more to the conclusion that Iraq has, as they maintain, destroyed almost of what they had in the summer of 91, Blix told Australian Broadcasting Corp Radio. The more time that has passed, the more I think it's unlikely that anything will be found, he'd be saying. Blix indicated he thought the U.S.-led coalition had backtracked on the issue of Iraq's weapons. In the beginning, they talked about weapons concretely, and later on they talked about weapons programs. Maybe they'll find some documents of interest, he said. Is that like persons of interest, like Stephen Hatfield? We got persons of interest, and now we got documents of interest. I mean, you can put a sign up on your door, beware of the dog, without having a dog, he said from his home in Sweden. Good point, Hans. By the way, the Leafs beat, whatever that yogurt, that girls team in Finland, in Helsinki last night, 5-3. Anybody care?
No.
I wonder if that game's on again. You think they keep replaying it like over and over again on Leafs TV?
Here's Robertson to the corner to Nieuwendyk. Nieuwendyk circles back to the blue line to Wade Belak. Belak has it poked off of his stick.
Never sounded better, Joe. My good friend, the great Joe Bowen, man. Is he the best or what? Even George knows he's the best.
Who?
And by the way, it's a good thing we don't have Josh Friedman on our staff anymore to go bother Joe Bowen for more promos. The embarrassment level is so great. It's just...
This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. They don't come any better than Neil Rogers.
Thanks, Joe. Once upon a time, talks box orifice, my good buddy Johnny Depp. I mean, everybody else on the station drops names all the time. What else should I? If I have to hear one more time Pharrell telling us about how he was with Mad Dog at that Dolphin kickoff lunch, whatever that thing was yesterday. How many times did he say that this morning?
About 30, man.
Man, I love you, Scott, but just cool it a little bit with that huh? You know what I'm saying?
What are you saying?
I'm saying that he says that maybe a little bit too much. Right. You beat me by about half a beat. What's this important thing coming over from Chronic Jane? She says, I liked Howard Dean, but now I want Wesley Clark. He was first in his class at West Point. He was a Rhodes Scholar like Bill Clinton, and he was a professor of economics at West Point. He knows how to handle the military. I think a Clark Dean ticket will be ideal. Or a Clark Graham ticket, but you know, Graham's unheard of.
Right.
Love Kucinich, but he has a snowball's chance in hell. You're right about that, Jane. Please check out www.misleader.org. They're documenting Bush's lies. Somebody else faxed that already. I'll check it out. Like that one I checked out yesterday was good to read. That one about, what was it?
What was it?
I don't know, some of the anti-religion stuff, but there was nothing there we could use, but it was good. It was all the anti-babbling crap. Anyway, it says there's a channel on satellite TV called Link that has some really interesting shows about the world and his nonprofit, link.org. Says Jane in Fort Lauderdale. Chronic Jane. Thank you, Chronic Jane. Anyway, can I get back to Johnny Depp? Important thing.
Could you, would
Nobody cares about the fact that we have a bunch of functional illiterates who have no idea what any... See, this is the thing about Americans, because the education system is such crap. Americans, because of the geographical isolation, think they can be comfortably ignorant. They know nothing about the rest of the world. Unlike almost any place else where they're very familiar with the rest of the world, generally because most of any place else, they're close to the rest of the world.
Comfortably dumb.
Although the Canadians here, I don't understand why they know so much about the rest of the world, because the only thing they're close to is like the North Pole and the U.S. And yet, the education system here is heads and shoulders above the USA. How do you like that? Johnny Depp has made another transformation, it says. Oddball actor to box office moneymaker. The star, known for playing eccentrics and cult favorites such as Ed Wood, which is so much too long, and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, is establishing himself as a major box office draw with 2 films this weekend in the top 5. Once Upon a Time in Mexico, as opposed to Once Upon a Time in America, which lasts for about 7.5 hours. Once Upon a Time in Mexico, starring Antonio Banderas as a mariachi musician gunslinger, and Depp as a sleazy CIA agent, debuted in first place with $24 million, according to industry estimates on Sunday. It was Johnny's second consecutive #1 debut after the summertime hit Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, which George said the movie sucked, but Johnny was good.
Right.
Pirates, still performing strongly in its 10th week of release, came in number 5 at $4.6 million. So in other words, Johnny Depp is in 2 of the top 5 money-making films of the week. #1 and #5 in the same weekend. It says for any actor, that's great, and for Johnny Depp, it's totally unexpected and welcome. Depp has had blockbusters before, such as Sleepy Hollow, Chocolate, and modest hits like Edward Scissorhands and Donnie Brasco, but they've been few and far between in the respected but little-seen cult films like Dead Man, Ed Wood, Benny and June, and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
I forgot, did you say you ever finally saw Donnie Brasco?
Oh, I love Donnie Brasco is great.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
That's right.
Are you schmitting me, man? That's an outstanding flick. We need to start talking about movies again.
I know, I missed that.
You want to know? Well, no, the reason being that it inspired me to watch so many good ones, and now that we don't talk about it, I've got about a half dozen in the other room I haven't even watched yet.
Well, get to it.
I haven't watched Snatch.
Oh, Snatch is good.
Oh, wait.
And the movie, too.
Yeah. Oh, and which reminds me, now maybe this is the hour when I can actually put some audio on here in the background.
You think? Maybe.
There's a lot of...
No, not what I just saw. Whoa, if you could have seen what I just saw, huh? Look at that instrument.
I've seen it.
Man. No, you haven't seen that.
Listen,
Probably.
Listen, Kelsey, go.
Listen to what, Joe?
That was her name, whatever her name was.
Chrissy.
Chrissy. Just because it ended in SSY, don't get all bent out of shape, okay?
Don't get prissy about it?
Don't get prissy and don't be a sissy, okay? It was just Chrissy, and she was just having a little fun.
Get the XM.
I just don't dare, you know?
We have the dump.
Now, what was the movie with the Spit Girl with Johnny Depp?
Oh, that was Crybaby.
Crybaby. They don't even put that on here because it's so embarrassing.
No.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
So anyway, Johnny Depp, our Hallandale or Miramar, whatever the hell it was, boy who used to once upon a time, he was out on his luck, down on his luck, slept in his car actually at one point, many, many moons ago, and now he's a big star. This is a great story. This is from the Fudge Report. Miss Fudge had this on there this morning. Omak, Washington. You know where that is?
More or less.
You do?
I might have been there.
I never heard of it. Well, I never been in Washington State, so I don't know what that is. Anyway, Okanagan County Sheriff's deputy seeking a person on an outstanding warrant broke down the door to the wrong home and then jolted a man with a taser in front of his wife and child. Sounds like a South Florida thing, don't it? Oh, yeah, that happens there all the time. Sheriff Frank Rogers says the bottom line is officers messed up, is what he said. No one was seriously injured in the incident. The heavily armed officers apparently burst into the wrong trailer at the Homestead Trailer Park in Omak. That's not Homestead, Florida. It's Homestead, Washington. The man they were seeking, 30-year-old Joseph M. Parisian, heard the ruckus and tried to escape from another trailer. He was arrested without incident. He heard the ruckus. Don't you love that word, the ruckus, which fits right in with trailer parks and stuff like that. We're not knocking anybody out there who lives in a trailer park just because they call you trailer trash. Don't take it personal, although I think they might have a point. And let me ask you this, who picks up the trailer trash?
The trash people.
Probably the promotion department for Jerry Springer, I would think. Pick up the trailer trash, haul them right off to this Chicago, wherever the hell they shoot that show. Oh, there's the hurricane. Here's the latest on Isabel.
As you know, we have strategic supplies.
Oh, and look at it. It's the cheesehead.
Throughout the United States.
Tommy Thompson. Oh, they've kept him in a closet for a long time.
Into particular areas.
He drank water out of a crick.
To move very fast.
Yeah, who didn't?
That is what's so important, to do the pre-planning, which we're...
By the way, how are they doing? I don't want to change the subject, but how are they doing with that investigation about the... I can't find it now. About the...
Anthrax.
Yeah, we got so many anthrax backs in there. Almost hit the wrong one.
Don't do that.
Have they got the guys who sent the...
Anthrax?
To the mail yet?
No,
I don't
just
think
that
so.
Interested person.
They got the person of interest, but other than that, have we got any more clues about the...
Anthrax.
No. Yeah, we're doing just as well on that as we are doing fighting Osama Yamama and Saddam and Mullah Bullah and the Wooly Bully and all these people. We found Sheb Wooly, and he's dead. That's sad, you know?
I didn't know he was 82, though.
That's not all that old.
I'll
See,
take
when you
it.
start getting to be in your 60s like me, you start saying any number you pick. Oh, 100, that's not that old. Well, no, that's just the way you have to look at it, you know.
The
Like
oldest
my
woman in
mother,
the world.
90, that's not so old.
Just so you know.
Yes?
The record right now is 116. She's still kicking.
We have it on our website.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Japanese lady, yeah, I have it on the website. Oh, I'm so far ahead of you, man, you have no idea. I scour the wicked World Wide Web. Do you believe me?
Afterwards, you
good, though.
shower?
I shower and then I scour. With Coast. No, actually, what I use is that Fa. I brought back all that Fa deodorant and soap from Amsterdam. God, it's too bad the people over there haven't discovered it yet. 12:14 at 560 WQM. If you're underpaid, if you're treated like crap at your work, if you're not making enough money to even buy a ticket to a ball game, how'd you like to have a new high-paying career before the year ends? It's true, you can do it. Quit thinking about it and get at least some information and do yourself a big favor. Call Fast Train at 1-866-FAST TRAIN. Fast Train can have you trained and certified before the end of this year. The demand for computer professionals is big, it's gigantic, and there's no end in sight. So there's no smarter time than right now to get you some skills and a new high-paying career, change your life for the better. Fast Train offers you job placement assistance, convenient day, evening, and weekend schedules, and with 6 Florida locations, including 4 in South Florida, there's bound to be one nearby you, 2 up there in Tampa, as if we care about that. Fast Train offers financial assistance to those who qualify too, so call Fast Train today, toll-free, at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN, and in no time at all, you can be making more than Scott's making there. That's 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. No excuse to stay at a dead-end job one more day. Check them out on the web at fasttrain.com and call them toll-free. Be sure and tell them that Todd Dreck told you to make that important call. 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The Hoover out the moon, man.
Gore is the boringest person that you'll ever view.
Yes.
We can't take him anymore. No one's more boring than Vice President Al Gore. No signs of facial expression. Is he alive? If you're stuck with him, then 1 hour seems like 5.
Absolutely.
'Cause Gore is the boringest person that you'll ever view. Gore is the boringest person, goes for a tip or 2. Only one's more wooden than him, Pinocchio. But he'll come to life for Asian guys with lots of dough. Gore is the boringest, he's out. Gore is the snoring fest, he's out. Gore is the boringest person that you'll ever view.
Absolutely.
The old cigar store Indian, man, he could put you in a coma in 2 seconds or less.
Now, as it's cleared back in, Ponikarovsky on the boards.
Anyway, we might just play the Leafs Jokerit game last night, because look, we got 1 call on the board this hour. Pretty depressing. Aren't you amazed and shocked and dismayed?
No. Hello.
Trying to reach it.
160 and it stopped raining.
I beg your pardon?
160 and it has stopped raining.
It has stopped raining, so there are no excuses. Get over there in McGillis at the corner of Broward and University Boulevards. And drives. And the Shell station in the QM van. The best of Neil merchandise, the best of Neil CDs, the Mo Howard David.
Absolutely.
Keychains, all of that good stuff. Let's go for Abandoned Pet Rescue. Let's get some money in there between now and 2 o'clock and cut the crap. This thing this year is taking off as slowly as molasses, man. It's weak.
Well,
it's
that's
really
what you get
weak
for starting when nobody's in town yet.
Well, I know there's still nobody there, to be honest with you. There's like about half of the town is still laying out. And who could blame them? I know I'm laying out. Clark says his career has pointed to the presidency, so the audience so far seems to be very astute. At least he would think so. Wesley Clark, the former NATO Supreme Commander, told CNN he'll kick off his run for the Democratic presidential nomination with an announcement today, which we already knew that. This is what my expertise, my leadership experience, my whole career has pointed and prepared me for, Clark said in an interview with CNN's American Morning on Wednesday morning, this morning. I've had a lot of diplomatic experience. I've done a lot of work with security policy. I think I'm the best person to look at the future of this country and keep us safe. Clark, 58, becomes the 10th Democrat seeking to unseat President Bush. He's a West Point graduate, Rhodes Scholar, former CNN... See, I told you it wasn't... I was wrong. It was CNN. That's why everybody saw him. Former CNN military analyst who led U.S. and allied forces in NATO's 1999 air war in Kosovo. Asked about the fact that he never held elective office, he said his move is ambitious, but it also is an extraordinary era. Questioned about how he can market himself and his campaign without a record on domestic issues, Clark said on Wednesday that he has the same experience that everybody else does when it comes to grappling with the issue as a citizen. He said he worries about health care, education, unemployment, other life issues, as voters do. He said when he was in the military, he dealt with quality of life and personnel issues, such as housing, education, and health care for our people, is what he said. Responding to comments that he was abrasive and not well-liked by others in the military, Clark said the environment was competitive. It's a competitive bureaucracy, he said. People enter it at the bottom, they come out at the top. There's a lot of gossip and some sharp elbows in there, but I think my record stands on its own merits. And if you look at what I've done, the contributions I've made, it's a very solid record, and I'm proud of it, he said. And you'll notice the Arkansas connection here.
Is there?
And the fact that Bubba and Hillary and the other Clinton connections are people who are now his advisors, and Bubba's supposedly pulling some strings behind the scenes, you notice?
Uh-huh.
There you go. So far, Wesley Clark, who would you like to see as Democratic presidential candidate next year? Wesley Clark's leading the pack by a good margin, 212, Howard Dean 85. I don't care, they all suck, 80. I don't care, I'm voting for Bush, 59, 13% for Bush. Idiots. Bob Graham, 57, John Kerry, 16, John Edwards, 13, Al Sharpton, 13, Dennis Kucinich, 6. If he had a better hairpiece, he'd do better. Dick Gebhardt, only 6 in this audience like Dick. Jew Lieberman, 4, and Carol Mosley Braun's got a pair. All right, she's doubled her vote out of 453 votes. Not too good, Carol. Step it up a little bit. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. We got 8 million open lines. Our poll here about the favorite dead political figure is dead in the water.
Absolutely.
It just ain't going nowhere. Aren't you amazed?
No.
Oh. Here's Miami. Hello.
Miserable bitch.
Okay, thanks for listening, by the way. Thanks for listening, asshole.
Okay, here's our last call. It's in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Uncle Neely, great show.
Yes, it is.
I've got a question for you.
Take your time, man. You're the only call on the board.
All right. Cox on the radio. Was he the one back, I think I was in 5th grade at the time, that was pulled off of Y100 for some kind of altercation? I don't know if it was child molestation or something.
No, he
crazy.
didn't have any child molestation thing. You're confusing him with Bill Tanner, I think.
No, seriously, wasn't somebody from Y100 yanked off the air for some kind of...
What? And Bill Tanner wasn't yanked off the air either, so I don't know.
But he was yanked off.
He was yanked off, though.
All right, I'm sorry. My bad. Great show, though.
Okay, thanks.
Take care.
He's got Tanner and mixed up with Cox. 5670560. I guess it wouldn't be the first time. Pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. All of a sudden, things have been going too well, you know what? And you just hit the nail on the head when you said there's still nobody there, and you're right. But things have been going a little bit too smoothly, and now all of a sudden, it's like, well, we don't like that poll today, that second one there, so to you, okay? Well, back to you. How do you like that? They don't like the fact that I thought that Mike in whatever his name was, Coconut Creek yesterday, gave us a damn good idea.
It is good.
We're going to do like a 4-part series. Your favorite dead actors, your favorite dead musicians, famous others. But the politician thing, well, maybe there just aren't that many, or maybe we don't have any students of history in here. You think that could possibly be it? Who have no idea where the Pacific Ocean is, or the North Pole, or the South Pole, or the sky, or Uranus?
Or the beach?
No, they know where the beach is. Didn't you hear the guy just called 2 calls ago?
Oh, yeah.
So the beach is on the air right now. Miserable beach. Here's a call from Kendall. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
I was flipping through the station yesterday, and I heard you mention my name again.
Yeah, Reverend Jones, asshole. That's what we said. Reverend Jones, a major asshole. You know something? The moment that he said hello, good afternoon, I knew it was him. I'm getting a lot better on that. Yeah, we can't stand you, Reverend Jones. Go the hell away, okay? You make us sick to our stomach. You make us want to puke. In addition to which, everybody now knows...
You're gay.
Yeah.
Say his name one more time, he'll pop off.
He'll pop off? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Reverend Jones.
Squirt.
Okay, that took care of him. He'll be calm now. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Mad Dog coming up at 2, the Humper from 4 to 6:30. Another one of those tough 2.5-hour shows, Hank. What a deal he's got, man. We should all be so lucky. Marlins on deck at 6:30. Marlins at the Phillies to try to undo. They're still a half a game ahead. And it's in the loss columns where the difference is, which is mighty impotent, as George knows. Marlins at the Phillies need a win tonight to stay ahead for the wild card. Then you got Eddie K after the baseball game, Joe and Mark overnight, and then the Muskrat Man, the old Weasel, in the morning with the Geldy. Is it the Muskrat with the Weasel? Maybe that's why it sounds like that. 26 past noon at 560 WQAM. VIPSportsbook.com is big league, baby. It's the best in town. And you've got about a zillion other sportsbooks out there.
About 30, man.
Trying to peddle for your money. They all want you to turn to them. Of course, where the hell are they going to be when it comes time to collect? Because 99% of these bookies are in the jungles of Costa Rica, Guatemala, the Belgian Congo, Ceylon, which don't even exist no more, Sri Lanka. This year, move up in class to VIPSportsbook.com, the oldest and largest sportsbook in the Netherlands. Believe you me, you can trust those Dutch as far as you can throw them. 100% legal and licensed, too. Call VIPSportsbook.com right now, toll free at 1-866-VIP-BETS, because VIPSportsbook.com is positively South Florida's best. One you can trust, they're going to be around. Sign up right now, and all year long, you can bet on South Florida football and basketball teams juice-free. You want to bet the Dolphins? It's 100 to win 100. You want to bet the Hurricanes against one of those little girls' teams they play? It's 100 to win 100. So forget about the VIG. All sign-ups get a 20% cash bonus, too. Not some silly-ass funny money match play bonus or some other bogus deal. A 20% cash sign-up bonus. VIPSportsbook.com, that's where you'll find them online, or call them toll-free at 1-866-VIP-BETS. That's 1-866-VIP-BETS. When you call, be sure and tell them, please, you heard about it here on most prestigious sports-obsessed QAM. VIPSportsbook.com, where you be the VIP.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560, QAM.
Little boy?
You've waited all your life for them to return. Okay, maybe you haven't waited all your life and don't give a rat's ass that they're together again, but they're playing just for you. Simon and Garfunkel. One night only, one hit only, because they're tired. It's the return of Simon and Garfunkel. Barely live and on stage.
Don't into us wearing our defense. Gelatone makes both of us feel great. Hey, hey, hey. I've got a leak now in my defense, but I won't stop playing just to change. Change, change, change. Change, change, change.
Get your tickets now for Simon and Garfunkel on their live but just barely tour. Come to think of it, get yourself a babysitter and go to a movie instead.
1232 at 560 WQAM. So we had $160 as of last report out there at the corner of University and Broward Boulevard at the Shell Station, McGill and the QM van.
Right.
With our Best Deal merchandise. We got an update?
Not yet.
Oh.
Having heard you, though.
Yes?
I'm sure he'll be calling within seconds.
Well, I sure hope so, because this thing is just creeping and crawling. I have no updates. I mean, the number I got here, the dollar figure is from like 3 or 4 days ago. It's just, I don't know. I just have the feeling that this is kind of like a schlock, you know? The whole way that this thing is going.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't have that feeling. It's smoother than
I
it's
have
ever
the
been.
feeling that things are going like a little on the schlocky side. That's just my own personal. I could be overreacting. You know me. I'm a basket case.
Right. Yes.
But nevertheless, yeah, that's me. Here's a chronic fax here. That's how it's signed, chronic, and a very chronic handwriting. It says, talking about the UN broadcast crew brings me to the Beast. Listening to Pharrell's show this morning, the Beast is god-awful. Well, we know that. He's so not like Pharrell, and yet he tries to be hip and nutty like Pharrell. The Beast is fine as a reporter and even on the sideline gig for UM. Well, I would debate that. But please get him off the air as a host or even a co-host. Well, he's so not like Pharrell, and yet he tries to be hip and nutty like Pharrell. The Beast is fine as a reporter and even on the sideline gig for UM. Well, I would debate that. But please get him off the air as a host or even a co-host. Well, I have no problem with any of that. Here's a lady in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
I was just calling because a gentleman earlier who was talking about Cox. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to just ask is on your Dead Politicians poll, is Barbara Jordan on there yet?
No, but she is now. That's a good choice.
I was thinking that myself.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. You have a good
And have
day.
a great day.
Bye.
Barbara Jordan. Boy, what a great choice that is, huh?
Sure, wrote it.
Okay, we got that on there. We get, well, we're not going to get too many other ones, but how can you compete with like all these other ones like Thomas Jefferson and FDR, huh? Some people might actually know who those people were. Although I doubt it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
I'm in Hollywood.
That's what I just said. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
All right. Hey, Neil, let me tell you, my grandmother absolutely loved you. She thought you were the greatest ever.
Yeah.
And, well, she's dead now, but, you know, she always told me to listen to you, and I never did.
I can barely hear this call, Scott. This guy sounds like he's on Uranus.
3 o'clock in the afternoon, but I listen to you now, and you're right. She was right. You know, you're the greatest. You're absolutely great for a dried up old fag.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
phenomenal.
Okay, thanks. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. I am for a dried up prune old fag. I'm pretty good. And she's not too bad either for a dried up dead old queen. Let's do Key Largo. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? I just want to share one of my memorable Cox moments. Can I say Cox on the radio? Yeah, I guess I can.
Yes.
Back in the Miami Vice era, when he hijacked the radio station and just played Smuggler's Blues hours. I wonder if anybody remembers that. For 4 hours, it's all he played for Smuggler's Blues.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, I just have to remember
Are
that.
these callers like drowning underwater or
They're
something, George?
in and out.
They're in and out and all over the place. Maybe they're
might be the
drowning
rain.
over there. I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden, not only the volume of calls, but the quality has like degenerated into like what I would call crap.
220. I don't know if you heard me the first time.
No, I did not. Well, that's pretty damn lame. $220. He's been out there for like, huh?
That's the weather, I'm sure.
Oh my God, we've always got. See what I mean? We're like up against it.
Mm-hmm.
We're like right up against it, and we can't even feel it.
It'll be your turn
$220.
soon.
Who would you like to see as Democratic presidential candidate next year? Wesley Clark, 117. I don't care. They all sucks in second place with 93. What a bunch of negative, sour assholes, man. Howard Dean, 89. I don't care. I'm for Bush, 62, 12.6%. Bob Graham, 62, tied with El Presidente. John Kerry, 17. Al Sharpton, 16. John Edwards, 13, who talks to dead people. Dennis Kucinich, 6. Dick Gebhardt, 6. Drew Lieberman, 6. And Carol Mosley Brown has got 3 out of 490 votes. That's the way it stacks up right now. They like Wesley Clark, and they still want to know where's the Pacific Ocean. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello, this is Neil.
Yes, sir.
Neil, I don't wish to give my name out. I'm calling from California.
Yeah, sure.
I need to...
Oh, okay, good. Good. 5670560, pound 5. I told you they ran out of material all of a sudden right at noon. When the little hand hit the big hand, that was it. That was the time to put on the goddamn Leafs game. I told you it would be a hell of a lot more entertaining. Oh, and they're in a commercial break. Let's do Miami. Buenos dias.
Hello?
Yes, sir?
Neil, I just wanted to tell you I'm 33 years old. I'm Cuban American, born and raised here. I fed into that embargo thing for the last, 10 years of my life. I voted Republican. After Bush, I changed to Democrat. This guy Clark, he excites me. I think everybody that doesn't know the guy should listen. They should listen to the guy speak. I mean, the guy makes sense on everything he talks about. I think the fact that he's an outsider will give us some fresh blood into the old, GOP and the good old boys mentality in there. And I hope anybody that has, a clear vision can really sit down and really look at the values that this guy has, because he's going to be our next president.
You think so, huh?
Definitely, Neil. How many times have you seen a military guy, 4-star general, nonetheless, be a Democrat and speak so intelligently about things? The guy just makes sense. He makes sense about everything he talks about. I said to my wife a number of times when I used to see him on CNN as a commentary, as one of their hosts there, I said, if only this guy would run for president, and, God was listening.
God was listening, I think.
Yeah, God.
Was listening, right. Okay, good luck to you, pal.
Thank you, Neil.
Thank you. He said, God was listening. How do you like that? He sure ain't listening to Pat Robertson, because that storm, I think, is going to wipe out Virginia Beach. Any second now.
Oh, please.
It just took a little rock and roll there to the right. Look at that.
Which would allow for some strengthening.
Yeah, see? I think Pat Robertson drew the Lord's attention there, and maybe he misunderstood. Okay, maybe God's got like a little hearing problem today. Like, what's her name? Like Mrs. Wallace on Passions? Maybe his hearing aid fell out? And he thought Pat Robertson is saying, please, please send that right here to Virginia Beach. Right over my ass would be good. That's what he was asking God to do, and I think God might just fulfill his wish with the big blow. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. And the best part of the whole deal is that the media continues taking these people seriously and presenting them like some kind of respectable, significant, yeah. Jerry Falball and Jimmy Swaggart and Pat Robertson and all these other grave robbers. I guess Pat's still a little bit upset about Charles Taylor. Can't make no more diamond deals in Liberia.
Aw.
Here's Tamarack. Hello. Tamarack. I think Tamarack floated away. Let's try Boca. Hello.
Neil, how are you today?
Pretty good, sir.
I was in New York on business last week, and I heard Sean Hannity's radio show on WABC.
How depressing,
He
yes?
is the biggest right-wing a-hole in the history of the world. He was talking about, he said, except for Bill O'Reilly, him, and Rush Limbaugh, there is no intelligent talk radio in the United States that they're all a bunch of pinko, Democratic, left-wing fanatics. How do you like that?
And, well, why would you waste your time listening to an asshole like that?
I was flipping. He said that. I almost drove off the road.
Yeah.
I mean, is he the biggest fascist you've ever heard?
No, he's not the biggest. He's one of them, though. I would just to
And he has
simplify
a
it, I would
huge
say
following.
he's an asshole.
They said he has the best ratings in New York. The best.
And
of any radio show.
Well, calm down. Just be glad you don't live in New York, okay? I am. 5670560, pound 560. By the way, speaking of ratings, those trends come out tomorrow, man. It's going to be this wrinkled up, dried up old fag, man. We're going to have big numbers. I can smell it. Mm-hmm. Can you smell it?
Oh, that.
I can always smell a big number from about a foot or two away, especially if it's like in somebody's pants. During the last break, I want you to know that I went in the magic room. You know what I did?
I don't want to know.
It's nothing.
That you haven't done before?
I wiped my eye.
Oh, okay.
My brown eye.
Oh, jeez.
Well, no, I mean, I was sitting here during the show thinking, jeepers creepers, I think I got some seepers. Well, no, when you're fat, you,
right.
when in doubt, sometimes you seep a little out.
Sure,
and
it explains a lot.
I don't know, and you just have to go and you
smell.
Feel nice and lily clean.
Moist towelettes are really good for that.
How about some Tucks?
Sure, if you don't have a bidet.
No, I do not have a bidet, but I think it's in the works. 19 till 1 at 560 WQAM. We got our, thank goodness, Wednesday 1 to 2 hour. Boy, the timing couldn't possibly be better the way this thing is going today. You know, it's that time of the year again when the mattress showrooms and furniture stores run their phony ad sales. Dollar Mattress will ask you this. If you double the price to offer half off, is that really a deal?
No.
Of course not. Fact is that those stores have to run a sale to drop their prices nearly as low as Dollar Mattress sells them each and every day, 365 days a year. For discount prices on dozens of models from the top names in the business, Sealy, Serta, Tempur-Pedic, Simmons, King Coil, or Stearns & Foster, call 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRES. No nonsense, no bait and switch, no house brands, no false promises, and best of all, you don't have to pay a premium for the best service available anywheres. You'll get service like you've only dreamed about from the delivery team ranked number 1 in customer satisfaction when you call Dollar Mattress, 1-800-MATTRESS. Don't forget, you pick the day and time of your delivery within a 2-hour window 7 days a week from 8 a.m. till 10 p.m., and they'll be sleeping like a baby well the first night, whoever it is. I've been sleeping on a mattress from Dollar Mattress for years, and you ought to be doing the same thing. If the old mattress is lumpy, bumpy, worn out, if your back is taking a beating, here's the way to solve the problem. With low prices, same-day delivery, free setup and removal, it's easy to see why Dollar Mattress is ranked numero uno in customer satisfaction. So don't be fooled by those mattress showrooms or furniture store ads. They can't come close to matching all the service and deals you get from Dollar Mattress. Pick up the phone and call them right now. They'll be knocking on your door in no time at all when it's convenient for you. 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRES, or online it's mattress.com.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Bro, by the way, son, I've been giving it some thought, see? Well, what do you think of this? I knows that me and you can do much better going 6 to 10 and not at 5, a Gentile and a cranky Jew. I think we might be happy together.
I think you really gone out of your mind. You gotta have your wee-wee bag strapped on too tight. No chance I'll do a show with you. I'd rather die. We'd be crappy together.
Why, I'll have you know that I'm a big mocking Jew from Brooklyn Heights. I've been draped by everybody but you. You're not my type.
Me and Mo, that would blow. No way that if we had a fight that you'd survive. Who'd want to hear a genitile and pushy type? That's crappy together.
Doy, 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 a show with you and me, for me, is much better 6 to 10, not 5. It's only right that I should get more sleep at night. I think we might be happy together. Happy together.
What do they be
General Clark to announce at 1 p.m. he's running. I guess it's kind of like anticlimactic, you might say. Now, what happened to my audio in here during that break, Scott? Was that like your screw up, or was that somebody?
No, he said the audio vault got quiet all of a sudden.
Oh, so in other words, it was on that end?
Right.
Not another technical problem on that end. Holy crap,
So
how unusual.
Stay tuned. Maybe something will happen.
Now, you're going to be shocked by this.
What?
This is going to really please you
What?
like you wouldn't believe.
Before you get into that.
Yes?
3:40 at the site.
Weak.
It ain't raining where he is, but it's storming cats and dogs here. And
it's sunny and beautiful here right now, but Friday we're getting the end of the hurricane, yes?
this room is filling up with the weirdest smell I've smelled in years, and I don't know what it is.
Don't tell me Josh Friedman's making a visit back to the building.
It ain't that. It's not recognizable as anything
Really?
I've ever smelled before. Mystery smell.
Maybe Scran's hovering in the hallway.
I've smelled that before.
$340. So what's our total? Do we have any idea? I mean, this
The
thing
grand
is like...
total?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, Miguel is at the corner of Broward Boulevard and University Drive on a Shell station in the QM van.
No.
Put on your hip boots.
Miguel just called in. It is raining by him, he said, and it's still 3:40.
So in other words, there's nobody there.
Apparently.
I see. Well, that's pretty damn weak for your Best in Deal merchandise. I don't think we're going to even make 25 grand this year. We had like 22 something. I don't think if we keep going till January we're going to make it.
Sure.
Pretty lame. Anyway, here's some exciting news. With the next three Super Bowls visiting new stadiums and locales not known as winter destinations, Houston, Jacksonville, and Detroit, NFL Commissioner Paul Tagliabue was hoping to return to a familiar warmer host city in 2007, which is why NFL owners are expected to approve bringing football's big game back to Pro Player Stadium when they meet this afternoon in Washington, D.C. 2007. The commissioner said we wanted to go back to someplace that was a warm weather site that had the experience of hosting Super Bowls before, said Jim Steig, NFL Senior Vice President of Special Events. So this afternoon they'll make it formal. Now this fact you sent me really porks my ass. That piece of Schmidt footy made a comment regarding Cox's passing away. That's disrespectful to talk ill of the dead. It says F Footy and his Schmidt selling barbecue sauce. Footy's got barbecue sauce?
So they say.
Oh, jeez, I hope he sticks it up his rectum. God.
That's the secret ingredient.
I'm not going to get upset about it because it's so typical. Sun Sentinel ignores it altogether. We got people on here making all kinds of caustic, negatory comments. The only people calling in here want to know, what he got busted for and what kind of negative. Because South Florida, don't blame it on me. All these years I keep hearing, O'Neill is so negative. I'm not negative. The town is negative. That's all they know is negativity. They thrive on it, on hate and hostility. Just like the guy that spent like 3 minutes there with that big build-up about his dead mother-in-law, whatever the hell it was, and then gives me a song and dance about some dried-up fag crap, okay? Very weak, by the way, sir. From now on, do it right off the bat. Don't waste our time. If you want to call in and say, you suck, more power to you, but get it out of the way. Here's a lady in Jupiter. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to speak to Neil.
Speaking.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing
I
great.
just moved into up by Jupiter from Miami, and you're absolutely correct. The crap in Miami is horrendous. It's so much nicer up here in Jupiter. But,
That's the middle name in South Florida.
I just wanted to let you know that I think you're great. I've been listening to you for years. This is the first time I've called. And you speak your mind, no and, ifs, or buts, and I just think you're great, and I wanted to let you know.
I am great. For right up here time.
Also, in reference to George,
yes?
he's, with all due respect, George, you're not Neil,
No
he
kidding.
tried so hard to
What a
be
shocker.
you.
Neither are you,
said
bitch.
He was Neil.
I'm
Whoever said
sorry?
he was. Whoever said he was me.
Neither you, bitch.
Yeah, see, now
He
he's getting
doesn't,
hostile.
he tries so hard to be funny, but he's not.
No, I
I
don't.
He's not funny.
You
yeah,
try
he's
hard to
not
be
me.
funny,
Well,
bitch.
but he did okay.
Where do
did
you
a fair,
work?
decent job.
Smelling twat.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Have a great day, sweetheart.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, bitch. She's hostile, and she moved to Jupiter, and of course George is very pleased about that.
Yes.
She
Great.
moved far away. Maybe that
Good.
was
One
that smell.
down.
Maybe that was that aroma.
Ho-ho.
Maybe it's coming downwind from Jupiter. See, these calls where you want to suck my ass and then rip George, or the other way around. It's just such a
Old,
waste of time.
boring.
But, it's old and boring and ponderous. Oh, you're so great. I'm not impressed by that. I know how good I am. I know how well I've done for almost
About 30, man.
years in this town. I hear the other crap that's on a year. I don't need that. It's not interesting. If I'm listening to a show, oh, hi, Larry, your show is so entertaining. You're so wonderful. You ask all the right questions, stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
It's terminal. It's ponderous. It's like for old people,
Hey, Neil.
Nobody
I'm
at
not
the age
you.
of 100 wants to hear that. And by the way, George, you suck, and you're, what
Yeah.
else did she say? You're like,
I'm not
me,
you.
and you're not funny. Well, we know
I
you're not
didn't
funny.
know I was
said that
supposed to
yesterday.
be.
He's George, okay? He did a fine job this summer. We took a poll on that, and a few people said they liked it.
About 30, man.
And about 5,000 said they say, whatever. Whatever it is. If you don't like it when he's on, don't listen, that's all. It's like the barking at the moon, that dog again, you know? I just don't understand people like that. When he's on, it's pretty obvious, you know, if I'm not there. If it's the summertime, if I take a day off like last Friday at George's show, hey, if you don't like him, if you don't like me, bye-bye. That's never bothered me. This is the last time I'm listening. Great. You know, I'm not going to change the show for one asshole that calls in, or 5 assholes. Or 50 of them. Maybe
about 30, man.
That might do it. But it's just ridiculous, you know, this calling a talk show to like bellyache and, like I said, negative. And she's talking about crap in Miami?
Yeah.
How do you like that?
Feel the love.
Yeah, feel the love. I can feel it all the way up here. I hate to break the news to you. I don't want to get you all depressed and bent out of shape, but I'm looking out. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's sunny. It's 72 degrees. It's going to be 77 this afternoon. There's not a chance of rain. And so, you know what? Friday afternoon, we'll get the ass end of Isabel, and big deal. We'll survive it. We survived SARS twice here. We survived the goddamn West Nile and the mad cow and the tainted meat and the goddamn blackout and everything else. And we'll survive. And everybody here still walks around with a smile on their face, and they hold the door open for you, and they say hello in the elevator, and they're friendly and they're decent and they're like human beings, as opposed to, you know, like that. So if anybody wants to know why I love Toronto so much, or like almost anywhere that's not South Florida, it's because it's not South Florida. Because the people are civilized and they like have some clue of what which side is up and which side is down, and they seem generally speaking to get along together. All these different people, these schmata-heads and Chinese and whatever the hell they are. Just people. As opposed to South Florida where everybody hates each other. Oh, speak English, you know, yeah, all this other crap, and Celia Cruz at the stadium. Oh, God. You can't call Miami a third world country. It's like a 10th world place. Mm-hmm. With that Ileana Rosanna Dana bitch, all this other crap going on, that Jose Basulto, always the same old tired garbage, man. Hawking the same baloney. All those people playing in Fats Domino Park. 135 votes for Wesley Clark rhymes with Fats Domino Park. Who'd you like to see as Democratic presidential candidate next year? Wesley Clark, 135. I don't care, they all suck. See, there's what I'm talking about. 103 said they all suck. That's nice. 18.9%. Howard Dean, 96. Bob Graham, 71. I don't care, I'm for Bush, 64. 11.7%. Shame on you. Shame on you. Get yourself an IQ test. Get yourself a brain transplant. John Kerry, 19. Al Sharpton, 18. John Edwards, 13. Dennis Kucinich, 8. Dick Gebhardt. 7 people in this audience are for Dick. Jew Lieberman, 6. And Carol Mosley Braun, out of 543 votes, she's still sitting on 3. Well, look at that on the Playboy channel. They're sitting on 2.
2 what?
Too big. 12:56 at 560 WQAM. Too big for Clarence is what he said. He ran like a son of a bitch. Maybe that's what you smell. Maybe those are the afterburners leaving that aroma. Hey, if you're looking for a great place to eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner, let me tell you about Vic and Irv's. And I'm looking across the lake right now. Look at that. There's Rochester. There's Vic. There's Irv. You know, I wonder if there really was a Vic and Irv. You know it?
I wonder.
Probably.
I wonder,
like, if there was a Don and Bob. Anyway, Vic and Irv's is from my hometown of Rochester. I ate there a zillion times and loved it. Vic and Irv's has been around since 1934. And the good news for people in South Florida who love those white hots and all the other Rochester food, Vic and Irv's is located on Federal Highway just south of Broward Boulevard in the tunnel on the east side. Vic and Irv's is a flashback to time when restaurants were really great before the fast food came along. Go in and enjoy a real hamburger or hot dog served hot, fresh, and fast. Vic and Irv's was brought to Fort Lauderdale by the same guys who feed you Cheeseburger. Vic and Irv's uses the same fresh 100% ground chuck meat as Cheeseburger and offers an incredible quarter-pound hot dog. You haven't had a wiener in your puss in a long time like that. What makes Vic and Irv's different from anybody else in town? I'm glad you asked, because the burgers and dogs are served with Vic's signature meat sauce poured on top, giving you a combination of flavors available no place else in town. So if you're looking for something else to try, Vic and Irv's has got all kinds of great dishes, including great breakfast menu, omelets cooked to order, French toast, pancakes, all your favorite side dishes too. So stop by Vic and Irv's, whether you're from Rochester or not, you'll still love it, and see what it's all about. Vic and Irv's on Federal Highway, just south of Broward Boulevard in the tunnel. On the east side, be sure and tell them that old Neil Rogers from Farina Drive in Brighton sent you by to Vic and Irv's.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Boris Badanov, since Fearless Leader has won, Natasha and I no longer have to look for moose and squirrel. Instead, we listen to the Neil Rogers Fair and Balanced 1 to 2 hour.
It's like this swish boom. I'm loving it. Wasn't that awesome? Like this swish boom.
My coworker, Charlie, he's a real character.
Brother man, how you you doing? Hey, great game last night, huh? The balls. Ever seen the Knicks shoot better than last night? I mean, it was like boom, 3 points, boom, 3 points. Turn to the end, boom, 3-pointer. They're taking it home right. That's what
Love to talk sports at work. Pretty much all the time.
The guy pops to the infield, right? Lets it go, right? Rolls to outfield. They drop it. Meanwhile, the Dodgers bring another one home, right? I'm thinking, who's coaching these guys, right? I mean,
that is, while the rest of us are trying to work for a living.
See the interception last half? It was like, boom, we're going downtown end zone.
That's when I decided to tell Charlie about Lobotomil, an over-the-counter medication made especially for overactive conversationalists. Because my coworkers and I, well, we were concerned about Charlie. Now, with Lobotomil, Charlie can relax, and we can get some work done. Right, Charlie? Charlie? Just blink your eyes twice if you can hear me, Charlie, okay? Oh, okay, Charlie, I'll wipe the drool. Hey, great game last night, huh?
Fast-acting, non-drowsy Lobotomil. Use only as directed.
My candidacy is all about big change in Sacramento.
What about those orgies you had?
Outrageous.
What are your qualifications?
I have no experience. I'm a womanizer and I'm a terrible guy.
What's your plan?
Here's my plan.
I decided to get a bikini wax.
And then we end the crazy deficit spending.
Oh!
It really comes down to this.
Ow!
Game over.
New from the makers of Kotex, it's Vibratex.
Vibratex.
The super absorbency and convenience you expect from Kotex, but with 3-speed vibrating action now that turns a week of mood swings, bloating, and cravings into a week of smiles, squeals, and shudders of delight.
Vibratex.
Each insert has a built-in mini vibrator powered by an Energizer watch battery that keeps going and going and going. Just pull the string to change speeds from 2 to... So the next time your special friend pays you a visit, put a smile on her face. From the makers of Kotex, it's Vibratex.
Vibratex.
Just look for the box that keeps jumping up and down on the shelf.
Can't cruise around in convertible GTs. Can't show our bodies in hot string bikinis. Nippies like missiles in cold blowing breeze. Those are a few of our favorite peeves.
Guys who like halters and tank tops and short pants will have to wait for next year for our next plans. Can't hang at pools in our Speedos or briefs. Those are a few of our favorite peeves. End of summer.
What a bummer.
Autumn's come at last. We'll just have to wait till it's warmer, I think.
Until you can see
more ass.
Take one. Hello, sports fans. I'm Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of fucking football. This year looks like it's going to be exciting in the NFL. One team to definitely watch out for are the Green Bay Packers.
Cut, Ozzy. That's Packers.
What?
Packers. Green Bay Packers.
Not Packers? Okay. Can we start again? Can we start it over?
Cue the music.
In the AFC Central, you have to watch out for the upstart Cleveland Browns. Browns? What the f*** is a Brown?
Cut!
How about those New England guys? The fucking Patriots or something like that. That reminds me of when I was growing up in England, right near Birmingham. We were a poor family.
Ozzy, stick to the script if you can, please.
Fuck you, I'm the Prince of fucking football.
Cut!
Shane!
Tape is rolling.
In the NFC, you have to like the Falcons, the Bears, the Panthers, and Lions. Jesus Christ, I feel like I'm in line at the fucking zoo with all these fucking Falcons and Panthers and shit. Is this football or Mutual of Omaha's wild fucking kingdom?
Cut it!
That's all that's on the cue card, man. What do you want me to do about it?
Just wrap it up, Ozzy.
That's all for this week. I'm Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of fucking football. Son!
He's a superstar in the NBA, but he went too far on a fateful day.
Yes.
When he called her to his suite, she was shocked as hell. He was hanging to his feet, he didn't ring a bell. So he ate the food, and they had a kiss. That's when things got rude. He said, look at this. And as he said, she said, as
they both look back. On the outside, she's lucky it wasn't Shaq. Can't keep it in his pants. Can't keep it in his pants. That day in Eagle, Colorado, he won the Fast Luck Lotto, but now he's changed his motto. No more hoochie coochie, no more honey fruity, unless it's Susan Lucci. Now Kobe knows he's got a good lawyer to beat the cheerleader or he's through. His wife won't say a thing with a big old honking ring or he's through.
Suffering from constipation? Metamucil can help. Metamucil. For those times when you want to push it real good. Metamucil.
It's always the same old story. You and your pals can't agree on what to watch.
I want to watch stock car racing. I want to watch golf.
Well, now you can both be happy with the NASCAR PGA channel. It's two great sports on one channel. Watch Jeff Gordon with his number 24 Chevrolet wide open blow past Jim Furyk on the 18th hole of the Buick Open. The NASCAR PGA channel. Never before have two acronyms combined to unite such diametrically opposed spectator sports.
Here's Tiger Woods on the green at 8.
And here's Dale Jr. in the red number 8. Look out! Two groups of athletes, both shooting for the checkered flag stick. The adrenaline, the relaxation. The NASCAR PGA channel.
The NASCAR PGA channel is a subsidiary of the Figure Skating Hockey Channel.
Be there.
Why'd they raise the price of gasoline? I don't make enough to fill my tank. If I want to drive up to the mountains, first I have to stop and rob a bank. All the cash we had for our vacation, we just spent it all at the gas station. Why'd they raise the price of super unleaded? Weren't their profits high enough before? This summer when I take my boat out fishing, I have to do it with a pair of oars. You know that if the prices go much higher, I'm gonna have to set the pumps on fire.
Yeah.
Why'd they raise the price?
Tonight's Action News reveals who else is running for California governor.
Homer, why are you running for governor?
I can be a jerk and no one can stop me.
What are your qualifications?
Decisive, uncompromising, and rude.
How would you balance the budget? Taxes, spending reductions?
Something very close, exactly along those lines.
What do you think about the other candidates?
These candidates make me want to vomit in terror.
Always with the slow part. That's tonight on Action News.
If you're elected, would you decrease your beer consumption?
Beer. Maybe. I have a very short attention span. Out of my way, jerk ass!
1:10 at 560 WQM. It's our big Wednesday 1 to 2 comedy bits hour. Thank the Lord for that.
Ew, God.
Oh, yeah.
560.
QAM.
Right.
Okay, we have $560. Well, we better do a lot. We better get over 1,000 today over there at the Van Hit, or I'm going to be really depressed. I don't care if it's like raining cats and dogs and are like gigantic ice balls falling from the sky and pellets and crap and mung. I don't care.
Asteroids.
Exactly. I don't care if there's flaming assholes, okay? Let's get that money going for abandoned pet rescue, and let's quit with the excuses. It's like the attendance at ball games. It's the same thing. Oh, well, there's a cloud in the sky, or there's like 2 feet of standing water. Can't get my rowboat. Get with it. Miguel is waiting on you, man. Right at the corner of Broward and University, one of the great intersections in Broward County, right there at the Shell station. I mean, is there anybody who doesn't know where that is?
No.
No. Even if people like in Alachua County know where that is. In Okahumpka. At the Turnpike Plaza, they know where it is. Broward University in the Shell Station. Look for the QM van. Look for the lovely Miguel in there. Maybe you'll get lucky, but I doubt it. And you got the best Neil CDs and the Mo Howard David keychains and all that stuff for Abandoned Pet Rescue for a good cause. Shell out some cash at Shell, okay, and get with it between now and 2 o'clock. If we don't go over $1,000, which is going to be very difficult, I'm going to be porked. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. I have an idea that you'll be porked no matter what.
Well, it could be. I don't know, not this kid. Not on that end, anyway.
Oh.
How's that poll coming, speaking of that? Who'd you like to see as Democratic presidential candidate this year? He's going to be announcing any second, by the way, any minute, pretty soon, when he gets around to it. Wesley Clark, 142, he's running. I don't care, they all suck, 108. Howard Dean, 101. Bob Graham, 73. I don't care, I'm for Bush, 68, 11.9%. Hard-ass morons. John Kerry, 19. Al Sharpton, 19. Kind of scary. Sharpton's tied with Kerry. John Edwards, the psychic man. John Edwards got 14. Dennis Kucinich, 8. Dick Gebhardt, 7. Jew Lieberman, 6. And Carol Mosley Braun still got 3 out of 571. Nice going, girl. Hey, if you're on the Atkins diet or any other low-carb, sugar-free diet, then here's a story you're going to fall in love with. By the way, Skippy, I understand you're a real pain in the ass and that you got your head up Screw-Ann's ass is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Get us some copies, Skippy. You're doing nothing. You inherited all of these wonderful accounts from Brian Schmutz, and you're doing nothing. You wouldn't know service. The only thing he's servicing is Screw-Ann. Even better than
Roy.
Delights of West Boca's got over 900 low-carb, sugar-free products in stock. The entire store is dedicated to you people trying to lose that weight on low-carb diets. Be sure and try their new low-carb instant cup of soup. Just add water, pop it in the old microwave. It's a low-carb meal in a cup and 4 delicious flavors. Be sure and try the sinfully delicious low-carb muffins for a quick breakfast. And they've got a long list. Low-carb hot cocoa, apple cider, blondies, brownies, their great selection of low-carb pastas, sauces, dressings, chips, chocolates, their world-famous Carbolite ice cream, Judy's low-carb peanut brittle, Carbolite ready-to-drink chocolate and vanilla shakes. These are low-carb meals in a can. The almond snack cakes in 6 delicious flavors. And the At Last brand, chocolate crisp and chocolate mint bars. They're delicious, and thank the Lord, no maltitol whatsoever. And, of course, at Delights, you can try anything in the store before you buy it. And all the Atkins brand products are on sale today, next Sukkot, all day, every day. So stop by if you're dieting because you're going to fall in love with this store. They're open daily 10 to 10. You'll find them on the northeast corner of Glades and 441 next to Boston Market, safely far enough away from Mo's house you won't smell them. Call them toll-free at 1-877-LOW-CARB or shop them on the web at lowcarb.com. It's Delights of West Boca, your official Atkins retail center.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAQAM.
Packwood can't keep his pecker in his pants.
This is for your lady friend in the Women's Hospital of Jupiter.
I had a chick named Kay.
Rectum.
One day she flew away to Tijuana where the moon is blue. The moon is blue. But with our right-wing censorship, there are words that mustn't slip.
Yes.
To truly tell you how I feel for Kay. Let's feel for Kay. Oh.
So, if you see Kay in Tijuana,
I'll see you in Tijuana too. Now if you see Kay, tell her I miss her each day. And the FCC won't let me sing this song I wrote today. Now if you see Kay, take her hand, gently say that after this transmission I'll be out in 90 days. Oh,
if you see Kay in Tijuana,
then I'll see you in Tijuana. Don't wanna go, but gotta see you in Tijuana too.
I was riding on a train to Austin, Texas. Oh, when a very lovely lady sat next to me. All right. When she got up to eat, she asked if I would hold her sight.
Rectum.
I was more than happy to. And now there's more I'd like to do. I wanna kiss her, but she won't let me. I wanna whisper sweet nothings in her ear.
I wanna give you a kiss.
Rectum.
I wanna hold her behind closed doors and more. I wanna kiss her, but she won't let me. When
she returned, she said she was an actress. She showed me an album of pictures of her opening, which she'd been sitting on. She seemed as sweet as she could be, but I could clearly see she was the kind of girl who stole men's hearts, then wrecked them.
Wrecked them.
I wanna kiss her, but she won't let me. I wanna whisper sweet nothings in her ear. I wanna hold her behind
Absolutely.
closed doors and more. I wanna kiss her, but she won't let me. Well, I'll never forget that train ride down to Austin. We shared a seat and we shared our tales. But as my heart tries to leave her behind, regrets are all I find. 'Cause I'd hoped I'd get that girl in the end. I wanna kiss her, but she won't let me. I wanna whisper sweet nothings in her ear.
All right.
I wanna hold her behind closed doors and more. I wanna kiss her, but I wanna kiss her, but I wanna kiss her, but she won't let me.
We're Claff Foods, part of the Philip Norris family, and we know what your kids want for dinner.
More Claff nicotine and cheese, please.
It's Claff's own creamy, delicious processed cheese melted over pure, hugely addictive nicotine. Kids love it.
It's the nicotine.
It's the cheese. No, you're right. It's the nicotine.
My kids can't get enough of Claff nicotine and cheese.
Where is it, you old hag? Where is it?
Now, Billy, stop digging under those seat cushions. I've got more nicotine and cheese right here.
Oh, great, Mom. Claff nicotine and cheese. It's the nicotiniest.
Claff Nicotine and Cheese, part of the Philip Norris family. We keep trying to distance ourselves from being an evil representative of tobacco-related death, but somehow it just isn't working.
Snake in his pants. Well, he called the front desk and asked the young girl for food. She said, "It's not my job," but didn't want to be rude. She knocked on the door and then much to her surprise, it was her that he was after, not the burger and fries. She said she didn't want it, but he claimed it was romance. And Kobe couldn't keep his lap taffy in his pants.
Well, I'm a bitch, he's a big fat bitch, he's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. He's a stupid bitch, and there was a bitch, he's a bitch to all the boys and girls. On Monday she's a bitch, on Tuesday she's a bitch, and Wednesday to Saturday she's a bitch. Then on Sunday just to be different, she's a super king, Kamehameha, bitch. Have you ever met my Betty Claus mom? She's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. To me, no bitch, and she has stupid hair. She's a bitch, 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 bitch. She's a bitch, 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 bitch. She's a stupid bitch. Time on the bitch, and she's just a dirty bitch. Talk to kids around the world, it might go a little bit something like this. Have you ever met my Betty Claus mom? She's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. To me, no bitch, and she has stupid hair. She's a bitch, bitch, bitch.
And I bet you she lives in Jupiter, too. There's Wesley Clark.
And in a time of war,
He's running.
To ask those questions and propose those alternatives in the highest sense of patriotism.
Yeah!
Let's hear it for Wes.
So we are going to hold the administration accountable for its policy.
Yeah, he said basically Bush is an asshole. I think we knew that, but I'd like to hear him say it. So we got 587 votes on the poll, which is very appropriate. You see how we have our thumb on the pulse?
Right.
I just checked the Sun Sentinel website, by the way. Is there anything on there about Don Cox dying yet? No. And Jick has even got his column all prepared, another one of those puff pieces about some stupid show for tomorrow. Anything about Don Cox passing away? No. The Sun Sentinel is evil, folks. They're the antichrists. They make the Herald look good. I never dreamed I could say that.
Wow.
590 votes on the poll. Wesley Clark, he's kicking ass, man.
Historic deficits.
See? 148 votes for Wes. I don't care. They all suck. 112. Howard Dean, 104. Bobby Graham, 76. B.D. Ozdinall, we like Bobby Graham. I don't care. I'm for Bush, 72, 12.2%. Mental defectives. John Kerry, 20. Al Sharpton, 19. John Edwards, 14. A lot of dead people going to vote for him, which is big in South Florida, by the way. Dennis Kucinich, 8. Dick Kemhart, 7. 7 like Dick. Jewel Lieberman, 6. And Carol Mosley Brown is moving up to 4. Oh! She's moving along, man, very slowly. Like the turtle. Isn't that what it was? The tortoise in the hair? Every now and then she pokes her head out. 26 past 1 at 560 WQN. Poke your head out. Get your head out of the sand if you're a plunger out there, if you're gambling on all these ball games that are going on now. And do your gambling with people you can trust. VIPSportsbook.com, South Florida's best sportsbook. By far, hands down your pants. Even the learned Ken Malden will tell you about them. And Dave Hagan. Everybody on the station who's got an IQ larger than their thumbnail will tell you VIPSportsbook.com is where it's at. Because they're not one of those bookie outfits that's in the jungles of some 10th world country. They're the oldest and largest sportsbook in the highly trusted Netherlands, where they really know their craft. 100% legal and licensed as well. So listen to me, listen to Ken Muldoon, listen to Dave Hagan, and call VIPSportsbook.com, toll free at 1-866-VIP-BETS, because VIPSportsbook.com, to put it simply in language you can all understand, is South Florida's best. Sign up now. You can bet all the South Florida football and basketball teams juice-free all year long. And God, if there's one thing I'd love to be, it's juice-free. You want to bet the Dolphins, it's 100 to win 100. You want to bet the Hurricanes, it's 100 to win 100. So forget about that vigorish. All signups get a real 20% cash bonus, not some phony, funny money match play bonus. VIPSportsbook.com. That's where you'll find them online, or call them toll-free and start plunging your guts out. Call 1-866-VIP-BETS. That's 1-866-VIP-BETS. Be sure you tell them you heard about it here on Sports and Erotic WQAM. VIPSportsbook.com, where make no mistake about it, you be the VIP.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
Excelente. WQAM. Olay!
Bomb, 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 bomb their ass. Oh. Bomb, 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 bomb their ass. 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 We're fed up with their crap. It's time to get them back. So bomb their ass. Bomb, 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 bomb their ass. Blew their ass away to retaliate and wipe that smile off the camel jockey's face. Bomb their ass, bomb, 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 bomb their ass. Bomb, 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 bomb their ass. We're fed up with their crap. It's time to get them back. So bomb their ass, bomb, 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 bomb their ass. Give them what they want. Leave a greasy spot. Send them up to be with Ku Klux Klan. Bomb their ass, bomb, 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 bomb their ass. It's time to get them back, so bomb their ass, bomb, 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 bomb their ass, 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 bomb their ass. I play guitar. Oh, you play much better than Lenny Kravitz. Whoa.
rubber stamp and dark. The American pigs can't fight where we are. So all we got is one guitar. We pray to Allah, then start playing. Listen to the jihad fatwa chant, the rockin' new sound of the Taliban. Smelly camel jockeys that don't think about our music ain't the only thing that's me. Don't care where the women are at. There's plenty of smelly men to grab. When he squats down, I look between his knees. Hey, what's that thing I see dangle? Gathered to the jihad fatwa, hiding in the cave, eating halaba. No phone, no lights, no motor car, not a single luxury.
Oh, he is swelling out the pound of sound.
Well, she once was the Attorney General. When she was in charge, it was business as usual. She's one tough woman, and let me tell you, that's noble. Or maybe she is. Well, now all of the Democrats are loving her. Ever since she said she might run for governor. Well, there's just one question I'd like to ask of her. Why do you shake, Jannerino? 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 Well, you gotta lick a bush if you want to take control.
Their songs provided the soundtrack for a whole generation, and now they're finding a whole new audience with a CD that doesn't sound a whole lot like anything they've ever done before. It's the best of Crosby, Stills, and Cash.
Don't you know we're riding on the Marrakesh Express?
Experience deja vu all over again when Crosby, Stills, and Cash unveil a whole different take on this classic tune.
Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard.
It's a CD jam-packed with all the songs you'll want to teach your children, like
I am yours. You are mine. Hello, I'm Johnny Cash for Crosby, Stills, and Cash. You know, we used to sing like a couple of boys named Sue. But now the cash register's ringing because we're singing in a whole new register. You are what you are, and you make it hard.
The best of Crosby, Stills, and Cash. Walk the line straight to your local record store and pick up a copy today.
If you log on to eBay, you can bid on my tune. But you shouldn't be buying a thing that don't belong to you. And so I'm saying, return my molar. I want it back. That's my gold filling. That's my black. 100,000. That's quite a cost. For that much money can buy a lifetime supply of clothes. If you're the weirdo who buys it, you need therapy. Because the only one who does that is the friggin' tooth fairy. And so I'm singing, return my molar. Come on, be a pal. Why would they auction my root canal? Return my molar. You've got no right to sell my teeth. That really bites. Return my molar. I want it back.
And Coulter is a Nazi. Short skirt wearing backpack. Wants to bring back Hitler's love. Anti-Semite douchebag. Take a look under my skirt. Watch how my roast beef squirts. Joe McCarthy was a gas. One of my favorite facts. I would like Roy Cohn too. If only he wasn't a Jew. If Ben's mini skirt flew up, what would we discover? Roast beef hanging, oozing pus. Watch that truck to I know that ain't coming true. So instead, here's what I'll do. I'll give my camel toe a good rub. My Holocaust pics make me come.
The United States has no quarrel with the Iraqi people. Our quarrel is with Iraq's dictator and with his aggression. Iraq will not be permitted to annex Kuwait. It's just the way it's going to be.
We'd like to beat Saddam Hussein and hit him with a pie. Sit back and watch his head explode like a melon way too ripe. He tried to steal away Kuwait and beat the oil sheik. Let's put a gun up to his head and blow away this beat. He wants to be a I'd like to force Ben Gay down where the sun don't ever shine. I'll blow away with a gun, tie up the butt and mix him with a sheep. And it's going to rain. Saddam Hussein, gonna blow him away.
Saturday morning, join Bullwinkle J. Moose and his bully buddy Saddam Hussein for the madcap misadventures of Iraqi and Bullwinkle.
Eeny, meeny, chilly, beany, the United Nations is about to speak.
Who cares? Give me that crystal ball.
Reckon he got up on the wrong side of the bunker. Perhaps a poem will help. Saddam, you're one whacked out dude. And just like your oil, you're smelly and crude.
Hey, Moose, did you see your squirrel friend?
Oh, you mean Rocky? Sure, he's over there. And over there, and over there. Oh my, Rocky! What do you know about this, Saddam?
Don't ask me. Ask my auntie.
Auntie? Auntie who?
Auntie Aircraft.
Oh no!
Join us next time for Oil's Well That Ends Well or Kiss Your Gas Goodbye.
Hey, Moose, what's weather forecast for today?
Balmy.
Iraqi and Bullwinkle, Saturday morning on Nickelodeon.
Best show in TV history, make no mistake about it. We don't have to take a poll on that. We know the answer, don't we?
Yes.
Yes, we do. 19 till 2 at 560, WQM, Wesley Clark. Now, this poll that we're doing now, it's going to vanish at 2 o'clock when the big hand hits the little hand.
Right.
610 votes on this one. But then it's going to be, who's your favorite dead political figure, which went over really big today. Wow. But there'll be some names on there that we won't even know about because Eric's got them in the hidden vault, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whichever ones he got. So, govern yourselves accordingly, I guess. You know, it's that time of the year again when the mattress showrooms and furniture stores run those phony ad sales every year at this time, the same old stuff. Dollar Mattress wants to ask you one simple question. If you double the price to offer promises, and best of all, you don't have to pay a premium for the best service going anywhere. You'll get service like you dream about from delivery team ranked number 1 in customer satisfaction. When you call Dollar Mattress at 1-800-MATTRESS, you pick the day and time for your delivery within any 2-hour window 7 days a week when it's convenient for you. From 8 a.m. till 10 p.m., you'll be sleeping well the very first night. I've been sleeping on a mattress from Dollar Mattress for years, and look what a genius I am. With low prices, same-day delivery, free setup and removal, it's easy to see why Dollar Mattress is ranked the best in the world in customer satisfaction. So don't be fooled by those mattress showrooms or furniture store ads. They can't come close to matching what you always get every day from Dollar Mattress. Pick up that phone right now and replace that lumpy, bumpy, worn-out old mattress with a great new one at an unbeatable price. Call 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRES, or check them online at mattress.com.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Yourself.
Hey, who are you?
I am the god of Fox News. Can't you tell by my confident smile?
Oh, well, when you wink at me like that, who are those innocent ones?
This is me public. There you are, my little public.
What's that you're feeding them?
I'm spoon-feeding them a fair and balanced diet of misinformation. Watch the play now. Look, it's just like the one Saddam flew into the towers.
Certainly looks easy to swallow.
I already have 69% of them believing Iraq was behind 9/11.
Wow.
By now, any recollection of Bin Laden should be completely erased.
Amazing how simple they are.
Come on. You have to eat to grow up and be a hero. Maybe even the greatest president in the universe. Like our mighty leader, Mr. Bush. Good, isn't it?
You have them totally in control.
Of course. They know that if they didn't see it on TV, it simply isn't true.
The candidates all admit it. If there's a problem, Bush did it. From unemployment to inflation to our wartime situation. They say that our nation with its complications all comes down to just one thing. Some don't like the way Bush runs the country. That's exactly why they all are running. Yeah, they're pointing the finger at issues that linger. They think when he exits, they'll instantly fix it. Some don't like the way Bush runs the country.
All right. Books on Tape presents Madonna's first children's book.
I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like to make love to more than 6 guys at a time. I will not eat them in a train. I will not eat breakfast off of Drew Carey's ass crack. I will not eat them for 1,000,000 years, but I would eat Britney Spears.
Madonna's book on tape.
It made me throw up. And monkeys might fly out of my butt.
Honey,
Yes, dear?
take off my slippers.
Yes, dear.
Now take off my bra.
Yes, dear.
Ooh. Now slide down and slip off my panties.
Oh, yes, dear.
Thank you. Now don't ever let me catch you wearing my clothes again, or I swear I'll leave you, you pervert.
Yes, dear.
Have you seen the show? Have you seen the show where everyone's in the know? Everyone's in the know. They're all in on the scam, the sham, flim flam, except for Joe Schmo. Tries to win all the games, learning everyone's name, But he don't have a clue that it's not true. He'll go down in flames. When he finds out, it'll be a shock. National laughing stock. But nobody will see, cause it's on Spike TV. He's such a gullible, simple sap, caught in a booby trap. But nobody will see, cause it's on Spike TV.
10 till 2 at 560 WQM. Mad Dog coming up at 2. The Humper from 4 to 6:30. Marlin pregame 6:30. Humongous game. Marlins at the Phillies 7:05 tonight. Whoever wins that game is going to still be in the driver's seat for the wild card. Eddie K after the baseball game. Joe and Mark overnight. Now $820 for abandoned pet rescue, and Miguel had to leave because he has to poo, as it says here.
Right. Well, that's not what he said.
That's what you're saying.
Right.
Well, do you know that, or you're making that up?
No, he said he's got to go. He says, I have to go take a
crap.
Right. That's not what he said either, though.
Schmidt?
Right.
Dump?
Yes.
Did he say he had to go take a Mo Howard David? Oh, okay.
That's exactly what he said.
It's 9 minutes before the hour. We got, like I said, the Mad Dog coming up top of the hour. We got Balance for Life waiting for you with a little black sack. That's the key to your losing that weight that you've been desperate. You're overweight. You're out of shape. You're lethargic. You have diabetes, or maybe you're right on the edge of it, on the edge of a physical disaster. Balance for Life can help you lose that weight the painless way because they do all the cooking, all the calorie and carb counting, all the figuring for you based on the Zone Diet. And they deliver right to your door by 6 o'clock every morning, a little black sack. And in your sack is all the food you need to keep you full all day long. And I'm talking about keep you full. 3 gourmet meals, 2 delicious snacks, everything fresh, delicious, made with the best ingredients, nothing frozen, no preservatives, no chemicals, no crap. It's a real weight loss program, not some kind of a fad or a gimmick. And it's the only company, by the way, that lets you choose between 2 alternatives for each meal and snack every day they're trying to program. You fill out your little menu, you fax it back to them, and voila, there it is at your door every morning. So let Balance for Life help you lose the weight like even the disgusting beast is doing right now. Call Balance for Life at this number and get started. You'll be seeing results on those scales within a matter of days. 954-568-3229. 954-568-3229. Or check them out on the web at balanceforlife.com.
This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Titties.
Yeah, baby. Get down with that groovy wah-wah. Hey.
I dropped dead on the floor.
You dropped dead on the floor.
I was turning blue.
I died right after you.
I never thought that I would die at the same time that Johnny Cash did too. Shut the ambulance door.
Shut the ambulance door.
There's nothing else you can do.
Johnny and I are through.
Who'd have figured that John Ritter'd pass away with a boy named Sue? I think I may have caught something when I banged Suzanne Summers that day.
I always thought you were a fool.
Well, every show I did blue.
My health was steadily falling from the alcohol and the cocaine.
I was a star on the tube,
and now we're both in the tubes.
I was standing there one day, not thinking I would die from being able to make do-do. I should never eat McDonald's. A Big Mac must be trapped inside my bowels. How can you die from infected parts? Who let these butcher doctors in? Now my heart stopped. You schmucks said cyanide. Throw my intestines out. I guess I should have known what to expect living in Miami with the kind of service you get in this town. I would hack and leave tomorrow if I didn't eat that crab I swallowed. Why can't you lend me some eucalyptus? Why can't you losers get it right? My bowels were blocked inside my hiney, can't make my turds go out. It's kata, it's kata, it's kata, it's kata, it's kata, it's
kata. Some of them are brown, and then some are gray, and then some are gray. Them's a girl, who likes to strip in L.A. California freak show, a freak election day. Schwarzenegger hopes, he doesn't self-terminate, and Larry Flint's a hustler. Gary Coleman would almost fit on your plate. California freak show. It's a weird election slate. Things are looking down for the Golden State. And October 7th, we'll decide their fate. would vote for Reagan, vote for Reagan. It was held today. It was held today. California freak show. California freak show. It's such a freaky state.
MTV presents 9 Inch Nails Unplugged.
I wanna f*** you like an animal! Damn it, this thing's not